Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Confidently Lost podcast. Today we have a very, very special guest.
Some very special guest.
Ah, shucks.
We got
Who is it?
the main man, Brayden Oliver, in the building.
Yeah,
Let's go.
The main man himself.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Of course, man.
Yes.
We've been waiting to have our boy on for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
He's finally made the trip down here.
Hope the commute was safe.
Oh, yes.
Good. Always
That
good.
tunnel is always scary, but I manage.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part about the drive down there.
You ever
Yeah.
hold your breath? Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, you're good.
Do you ever hold your breath going through that tunnel? I used to do that when I was a kid all the time.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I hate driving on highways in general. So, like, especially when going through a tunnel, it's like a complete vibe change because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like
It's
the
like-
sound's gone. Yeah, because you're like underground. I don't know.
Yeah, I get nervous just because it's such a tight space. So much can go
Mhm.
so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I know at the end of the day, it's all going to be okay. It's just a tunnel.
Yeah. So,
So-
Brayden, you're
Yes.
in college like us.
Yes.
You know how the life
Unfortunately.
is.
Yeah.
Where you going?
I'm going to the University of Arkansas, located in the beautiful city of Fayetteville.
Nice.
Yeah.
How is it there, man? I mean, like generally,
Um,
your day to day
my
going by.
day-to-day,
How is
I'm-
it there?
I'm never really there, honestly. I'm more of like an online kid, just because
Oh, wow.
you're a communications
Yeah.
major as well. At my college, and I kind of waited a minute to sign up for classes, so it's a little bit on me.
Mm,
But the better courses are offered digitally.
really?
And so yeah.
How
you can,
how are the? I'm sorry to interrupt you. How
no,
do
don't let
like?
it happen again.
I'm
It's fine.
sorry, man. Short podcast.
Oh
sorry.
yeah. I did sign that deed.
But like now, like your professors are, how are they like from your perspective of them? Like, are they engaging?
So
Kind of just make you do whatever.
well, for 3 of my classes, I don't really have professors because it's one of those things where it's just like here's the work that you have due at the end of the week.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Like
Those are the
student
best kind.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, but the professors that I've had, you know, everybody says at bigger colleges that professors don't really care about the student. They don't care if you pass or fail.
Right,
Yeah.
And so because of that, they're not as like attentive
right.
or caring. But honestly, like as long as you just communicate with them, like
Yeah.
communication is key always.
Really?
Just
Oh,
talk,
yeah.
just talk to your professors, and they're always usually understanding, and they get that circumstance.
I mean, because you would think they have like what, thousands of students to pay
Oh,
attention
yeah,
to.
oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I would just think that there's
one-
like no possible way to manage all those relationships.
Like at one point,
Well, it's not that every student wants that relationship.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's
In
because
the
there's a
first
lot of
place.
kids who don't even try.
Yeah.
And so to that professor, those kids are just like a name and a.
like they
and
don't
the
care that
attendance.
much about their background.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
But they're
so they
you
kinda
know,
care.
If you put the effort in, and you know, people always say sit at the front of the class. I don't even really put that kind of effort
Yeah.
in. It's just like if you're not gonna show up, shoot them an email,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, all right, cool. Thank
Don't-
you for emailing me.
Yeah, don't be afraid to talk to them.
Yeah, don't be afraid to speak. They can be scary.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the day, though, they are
So look, U of A is U of A,
Yeah.
right? I've visited there many times to see you guys up there. I
Yes.
always talk about how U of A feels like a sitcom to me because there's always some random
Weird.
BS bro. Like at every corner, there's some random BS happening. So far this year, or of all time, what's the most weirdest moment you've experienced there? Like the most sitcomish activity, like people just
The most
Being
sitcomish activity. That's a
people.
good question because it's really slowed down now that I'm not in the dorms anymore.
yeah.
Because that's where all of the crazy stuff.
You had all the
happens,
dumb
like,
people, all the freshmen just doing
Yeah.
whatever.
Crazy.
You'll go to the bathroom at like 3 a.m. and there will be like a Smash Bros set up in the on the sink.
Doing a tournament right in the bathroom.
Yeah, someone brought like a couch in and there's like 17 beers on the floor. You're like, oh, okay, this is how you get.
Yeah.
Fridge in one of
This
the
is how you guys get
stalls,
down.
like, yeah.
Oh yeah, they got the whole setup.
I'm pretty sure at one point, we were just walking down the hall and they were like, "Bro, come in here. We're doing like a Smash tournament in there." And it was like a random room down like the main hall. It was like
Yeah.
a laundry room. And there was like a couch set up and everything. And bro just spawned
They rented
gaming.
space.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just spawned a gaming system in the laundry room.
Yeah, we did that once to like beat some zombies Easter eggs.
Oh, not the zombies Easter
Oh
eggs.
yeah, we had it going on. But the weirdest, or like most sitcomish moment was I was leaving this party, and you love to go on walks
Mhm.
whenever you're inebriated. You're
Of
like,
course.
man, this cool breeze. I just want to go for a walk right now. So I decide I'm gonna make like the 20-minute walk home.
Mhm.
And yeah, because on campus dorms are like across, like it's forever to go from one place to another. So I was leaving our friend McCoy's dorm.
Okay.
And I saw these like two like tall frat dudes in the bushes, and they came out. They were like, "Oh, sorry, dude, we were just taking a piss." I was like, "Oh yeah, cool."
Right.
And then they just started talking to me. I was like, I've never really had like some frat dudes just approach me and talk to me. They were very like clearly intoxicated.
Right.
And they're like, "Yeah, man, it's just so much pressure, like being in a frat, and like my father owns half of the Chiefs." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, like he like paid for the stadium and he owns like half the."
Jesus.
I was like, "Okay." And so he just told me about how like his life was like, it's just a lot of pressure, you know. I just want to be a normal kid. But I was like, wow, this is a very like maybe not like a sitcom moment, but just really
like the soft piano in the background.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the sad violin.
My dad owns half the stadium, and I don't think I'll be able to keep up with him.
He just wants me to be quarterback on the football team, and I don't think that happened anyway.
I want to be a theater kid.
He wants me to get the red McLaren, but I want the yellow one. What am I supposed to do? What does he expect me to do?
I don't like football that much. I'm actually a pacifist.
I want to be a ballet dancer.
I want to see the stars and the moon. And you're just standing there.
Yeah, yeah. I was just about as messed up as those guys were, so I was just sitting there.
I feel like you're
walking with them, like, yeah.
Just messed up enough to be like,
Hey man, that's life,
what's going on?
isn't it?
Yeah, I started talking about my life, and he was talking about a prince and the pauper type situation. And it's like, man, if we could only switch lives, if only you could see what it was like for your dad to own half the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah, man, let's find out.
I just have everything to my disposal, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about another topic. I'm a big movie guy.
Oh,
You're a big movie guy.
Wait.
Aaron's a pretty big movie guy.
I'm in the middle for movies.
He's in the middle. What are some of your favorite movies, or like some of your classics to you?
See, I don't want to get into it because I'll get made fun of.
Ah,
We're
only a little bit.
We're already a podcast, you know. Like we've already got that against us, and so a Film Bro podcast. That's just two wrongs don't make a right. American Psycho.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I think, didn't we talk about that last episode? Yeah.
We did talk about
I watched it because I couldn't escape all the memes from it, so I just caved in and watched it.
See,
it's really good.
That bone color.
That is a very Film Bro movie, and I probably wouldn't even say that it's one of my favorites, but I think that because I was talking to my...
It's a good watch. Like I won't tell people that it's like a perfect movie. But I'll tell them it's a good watch.
It's entertaining.
Like bored on a Friday night. Like,
It'll make you think at least.
Yeah.
I watched that, and I think I watched Donnie Darko on the same night just because I was like,
oh yeah,
I want to watch something. But people won't even give Film Bro movies a chance.
Who are they again?
Like, you know,
the Russo brothers?
No. Like Film Bro, you know how there's male manipulator music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I love Tarantino. I love. Dang, I'm trying to think of some other like stereotypical directors.
Like Scorsese.
Only Tarantino. Yeah, probably Scorsese. But
yeah.
Honestly, because I was talking to my girlfriend, and you know the movie Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen it.
It's on my bucket list. Like I have like a list of classic movies I haven't watched yet. And that's on there.
It's one of those Film Bro movies that has a negative connotation to it. Yeah. And so she wouldn't watch it. And so I talked to her about the plot one time, and she was like, that is insane. I literally thought it was just about a fight club. And I was like, no, man.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did too, though.
I thought that too, yeah.
I thought it was just
all
fighting.
movies like that, like, all movies that you think are simple and just clear-cut always have some, like
extra stuff.
Yeah, some little, some extra layer behind it.
Yeah.
Like Hot Tub Time Machine. Like, I thought that was another one of those stupid, like, American Pie movies.
Yeah.
But it's, like, kind of a parody of those American Pie movies.
Okay, yeah. It's like meta.
Yeah, it's a little more meta.
Yeah.
But I'm completely sidetracking. Favorite movies.
I like dystopian, like futuristic stuff.
Runner?
Yeah,
I was
like
about
Blade
to
Runner.
say, have you seen Blade
Or
Runner? Have you seen both of them?
Yeah, 2040. Well, I've seen half of like the new one with Ryan Gosling in it.
Yeah, and then there's...
I need to rewatch them though. It's been like a while. I love those settings in there.
Yeah.
Adult Swim came out with an anime.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Black Lotus.
I was supposed to watch that.
Or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's the new Cyberpunk anime, which
I heard about that. I don't know how that's gonna be. I mean, because
I've heard
that
it's
game,
amazing.
Really?
yeah, because like from that game, it's building this fan base back up again. So
Yeah.
like people are
I
starting
want
to.
the game now, though.
I don't know. I have a PS5 now, so I might have to get it. Not gonna
That's
lie,
watch, yeah.
I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a really good like story game now, but
Mhm.
a lot of the shit they promised was not given. I would
No.
hold that against them.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly.
What are your favorites, Aaron?
Favorites, honest. Okay, for horror, His House. I
His
watched
House?
that movie recently, not super recently with Ashley.
I'm not familiar.
So basically, from what I can remember from the plot, there's a lot of twists.
Mm.
Not a lot of twists. There's like hard hitting twists.
Mhm.
Okay, so is it? You said it's horror, right?
Yeah,
So
it's
it's more
horror.
like a subversion horror
It's-
movie, more than like a
Like
jump scare type, traditional
It's-
type horror.
I feel like it's more atmospheric, but also more
Mm.
like it uses what's given to it really well. Like it
Okay.
uses like the atmosphere that it's in. It uses it to its advantage. And the movie itself basically is like in the most like to not like spoil anything because there is a lot to it.
Right.
And it's one of those movies that actually said it's like once it starts, it does not stop with how scary it gets. And
I'm about to check it out.
how I would like summarize it, it's a couple that moves into this weird like I forget what it's called, but it's basically where they move like not refugees, but like people who don't really have a house,
Mm-hmm.
and they move them for there. It could be something else. I could be very wrong, but and basically their past and what they've done in their past basically haunts them in the worst ways. And it's definitely there are some points where it's a jump scare like in your face, but there are some points where it's like have you seen Hereditary? Have I
Yeah.
seen that?
Yeah.
You know the
We
one
watched that
scene-
together. Without we're
You know that
homies.
one scene where it's the brother and it's like when the mom has been possessed,
Mm.
and you see the mom in the background on the roof.
Yeah.
It's not exactly.
So
but
it's
pretty
subtle.
much like, subtle.
It's like subtle
yeah.
horror.
It's
yeah.
subtle, but once you notice it, it's in your face, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, you see, I've been wanting like newer, like genuinely good horror movies because I feel
Yeah.
like that's like an old.
I mean,
I feel like people don't really put love into horror movies
Oh, yeah.
like they used to, like especially in like the 80s and 90s.
yeah, like with the like.
Even though they were corny back
Oh, yeah.
then, they were
So,
kind of corny.
Like now, some of them are like.
But yeah, but you could tell there was like love put into them. I guess.
And also has like I don't know if it's say the same, but it had 100%. Wow, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a while.
Really?
Like even now to this day, it should have if not 100, then a 99%. Because there's nothing really like in my opinion, there's nothing really bad about it. Like the plot as well, the actors do a fucking perfect job. Like the whole atmosphere feels like creepy and eerie. Like you can definitely tell like there's something up with it. But I mean, for horror, that's my favorite. For honestly, this is kind of an overrated pick. I won't lie. Inglourious Bastards.
Oh,
I don't know. I feel
don't
like
get
it's-
him started. He loves
like,
that movie.
I feel like people think it's overrated, and it's not. I love it.
I need to rewatch it. Yeah.
It's,
I was gonna
I
bring
mean,
up
I'm
Inglourious
just-
Bastards. That was gonna
it's
be my.
such a
I'm
good
convinced.
movie.
I mean,
love
shit.
it.
That's another film bro movie. Like that's why I was
Yeah.
leaving.
Okay. Yeah.
Like not even because of like the action that it's just like it's such a good like connecting plots. It's like it's so good. Like you get invested into it.
Yeah.
And they don't overplay their parts. They don't it's not like the typical like Marine American like we gotta secure that shit. We secure the burger town. Like some shit
Yeah.
like that. Like you actually care about the characters,
Mm.
and the plot is. I love the plot.
Yeah, I think what Tarantino does is all of his movies are just a bunch of different really cool scenes.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Pulp Fiction, you think.
You know what? That's true.
Say
That
what
is
again.
true.
And I feel like Inglourious Bastards
Yeah.
is like the movie that has
The most,
all those like cool scenes, but also has the plot that keeps you
invested,
like
and
invested
going,
in
yeah.
it.
Because- I'm sorry.
Well-
I was going to say.
I said don't let it happen.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, guys. His podcast. Sorry.
Shut the
Sorry.
Cut the camera.
No, go ahead. Sorry, dude.
Well, now I don't remember what I was saying.
You're talking about
Okay, well,
You're
I was
talking
going to relate it to. I was going to say how some of my favorite movies are like, they're older. They're like 90s oriented. So,
Mhm.
recently, maybe a few years ago, I watched Goodfellas. That movie, and you got Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, that's really good.
about good.
Yeah, what made me fall in love with it was the
Ray Liotta.
storytelling style of it,
Oh yeah.
and that's like what intrigues me in the movies like that because you can tell a story from the end, you can cut to like the middle. Let's go to like the first third of the story. Then let's go back to the end.
But it's
Well,
not confusing at all.
Yeah,
It
but like
seems so
it's like nothing's spoiled for you.
Yeah.
And that takes to the other movie Reservoir Dogs that Tarantino made, or not Reservoir Dogs. What's it
Inglourious
called?
Bastards.
No. It was a '90s movie where
Pulp
they
Fiction?
robbed something. No,
No.
the people
Reservoir
robbed.
Dogs.
Yeah, Yeah, you looked at me like I was wrong or something.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
No.
What you say it
I'm
was.
talking about Tarantino in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in that movie, I watched that recently. The storytelling style he uses like that again, and you can tell that's like what inspired people farther,
Yeah.
like down the line to
And I
do.
really like that movie.
Because how he told the story, and then
It's
like you said,
really-
he has those cool scenes in it. You got the scene with the guy dancing around the dude he's literally about to torture.
Yeah, cutting his ear off.
You got the plot twist. I'm not gonna spoil it. You gotta watch that movie. There's like a plot twist towards the end where this guy's has been enduring all of this, and then you learn like at the last moment, oh my god, this guy is this guy. Yeah,
him.
it's him.
So, do you remember that guy, Mr. Orange?
Yeah,
He's in She-Hulk.
he is.
Yeah, he's the Abomination.
He was in Bob's Burgers
Oh, I
too.
saw that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, the dude that was dancing around him. They had a Easter egg.
Matt.
to him.
What's his name? Matt?
What does he look like? Is he like? I think I know.
He
Tim Roth?
he looks like you, honestly. Well, in the movie at least,
Oh,
Oh,
that.
I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
like he had the haircut, like the buzz gun. I don't know.
Who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Welcome to the new segment. Who's that guy?
But yeah, Inglourious
But,
Basterds.
okay.
You could really make a case for any Tarantino movie because
Oh.
Django also up there.
Oh
Django
yeah.
is a really good movie. But also, what I think puts Inglourious over all the other ones for me is that the villain in that movie is one of the best villains in
He's so-
anything ever. That
He's so
opening
sinister,
scene
yeah.
with that monologue of just him, like,
Talking to the farmer.
it's so good. Yeah,
Nice.
and he's such a talented actor.
And you can just tell, like, just from his like facial expressions, the way, like, he is evil.
Yeah.
He is true.
Is
evil.
it the German guy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the German. It's the guy.
Okay.
That, yeah. He
Who's also in Django
Yeah.
as the dentist.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie
You
again.
watch that too, yeah.
But that leads me to our next topic. Top 5 white people.
Top 5 white people.
Top 5 white
Top
people
five
of all
white
time.
people.
Now there's no specific requirement for this one.
All time.
Yeah, all time. Like they could have done anything. They could have
Abraham Lincoln.
just for being cool.
Obviously.
Abraham Lincoln, he's on there. Oh yeah, Abe Lincoln's a good one. I got Jack Black's on my list for sure.
Oh,
Okay.
Jack, I mean, just in general, he's a
Love Jack.
cool guy. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
how can you not love Jack?
He's like everyone's cool uncle.
Yeah. I have. Who else do I have? I put Jim Carrey on there. Just,
Okay.
Respectable.
Yeah, cool dude.
He's
Whatever.
anti-vax.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
He's anti-vax. I mean, he's Jim Carrey.
He's just Carrey. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he's Jim
Make
Carrey.
another
man.
Ace Ventura. And then we'll forgive you.
Who else is there? John Cena's on there.
John Cena?
I got-
yeah,
yeah,
I'd
John
put him
Cena's a
on
good
there.
one.
Now wait, is it WWE John Cena or is it just like recent John Cena?
Could be all this. WWE John Cena was him.
He was him, but you have to include the Make-A-Wish and like. all
Yeah,
the
like exactly.
people.
Yeah, like he has the
Yeah,
most
didn't he
make a
beat-
wishes.
didn't he beat the world record for that reason?
I think he's like.
It's not that he
beating
beat the
his
world record. Yeah, he
Yeah.
beats his own record like 100 times over, pretty much.
The guy.
Tony Hawk's in there too, of
Oh,
course.
Tony Hawk.
All the
He's making
race women.
NFTs.
Really?
Yep.
Get him out of there
Yeah,
then.
get him out of there.
Uh,
Top 5.
We'll replace him with Rob Dyrdek. Close enough. No.
Listen.
Skater guys.
Listen, I love Rob Dyrdek. I love Fantasy Factory, and I love his show.
Okay.
Big Black.
Hot take incoming?
I don't
take?
even feel like it's that much of a
Unpopular
hot
opinion?
take.
Okay.
Ridiculousness has gone on for too long.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's
I
Tosh
can't believe
0.0,
it still
but
plays.
unfunnier. And Tosh.0 is another hot take. Tosh.0 is not even that funny.
Is it like
It's
full
not
on
that funny.
AFV level of funny?
I think Tosh
What is
Point
it?
O was the product
AFV
of its
level
time.
funny?
I used to love AFU as a kid, but I mean, yeah, it's like AFV but made for people who watch Wild and Out.
Mm.
And I
Yeah,
don't
'cause-
mean that in a.
No.
I don't mean that.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean, you people?
Well, nah, I'm like Jim Carrey, not Jim Carrey. What were you even talking about before you were being blatantly racist?
We're talking
What were you talking
it was on the subject
Okay.
of your list for top 5.
Cut
people.
that out. Yeah.
And you
Okay.
you talked about who was it? Oh no, you had said something. It was
Tony Hawk and Rob Dyrdek.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're the same people. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just
so,
like ridiculous.
yeah, like I was
Yeah.
walking through the house one day, and like in the living room, the TV plays a lot because I'm not in there, my mom or whoever's in there
Yeah.
usually. Ridiculousness is playing, and I'm like, I can usually notice when it's an old episode because I can tell who's on there. I saw like who did I see on there? It was like some rapper or something that like came out like 2020. What is it? I don't know, like Lil TJ or something, bro, was like on there, and I was like, what the? He's still, yeah, like he's still making these? Are you kidding me? I can't.
Yeah, it's wild.
There's a fan base behind that shit. They love it.
I don't know. 'Cause I thought it would have.
Brainless TV.
I thought it would have got. That's true though. I thought it would have got left back in its time, because like shows like Tosh.0 and the other show, I just feel like they were products of their time.
Yeah.
What is that though? MTV?
Yeah.
I feel like I don't even keep up with like
TV.
TV or like stations anymore. Like I feel like they're just doing whatever.
Because everything's online. Like everything's on behind a subscription. You could just pay $10 to watch all that.
Yeah,
like,
but
Yeah, like have you seen like an actual commercial, like an actual commercial in like a while?
besides off Hulu. Those are just like YouTube videos.
See, maybe I just don't. Maybe I'm like blessed to not have like shit with ads on it or not, because my teacher played like a commercial for the lesson earlier today, and I was like lost on like the whole structure of it. Like I forgot what a commercial like even looks like, because I don't watch regular cable TV.
Concept.
Yeah.
30-second clip.
Yeah, my
It's looking at it like a caveman.
my
like,
concept of a commercial is still like the 2000s, like Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs.
Oh yeah,
That's all I remember.
those are hard.
And all those like I don't know,
Animals
just the stuff
Crush
that,
Cups type shit.
oh yeah, you can win a bedroom makeover with
Win a cruise.
Sweet Life on Deck crew.
Facts.
Yeah.
With every third purchase of a Daniel's Crush Cup, you will get a chance to come to this Disney cruise.
And I didn't even like Vandals that much, and so I never.
I just remember the Daniel's Crush one being like, "Wow, it's yogurt in your face."
I wanted those so bad when I was younger,
It
dog.
looks so good.
They're just
Really, the
yogurt
commercial,
with
because
sugar.
he would slurp it to like where his body would turn flat. I was like, that shit good.
This shit must be gas.
This shit must be busting. Oh god.
That and Capri Suns.
Oh, you
Capri
can never-
Suns would do some unfathomable things.
You can never go wrong with
Nightmarish.
Capri Suns.
Oh yeah, but there are certain flavors that I don't rock with.
I got you.
Like I can't even think of any right now, but like there's this one that every time I get a sip of it, I'm like, bro, you're telling me you don't have any fruit punch? You don't have any Pacific Cooler? You don't have any kiwi strawberry? You got this Dookie? I don't even remember what it is.
Mandarin corn.
Dookie pack.
Mandarin corn. See, it's those like natural sugar-free flavors.
Oh.
Thanks, Michelle.
Michelle.
In other things, Brayden,
Another thing.
you're a big music guy, right?
Yeah. I have a radio show.
You indulge. You have a radio show on U of A.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorites, or like music in general? Like, what are you into?
Okay, so the way that I grew up, the way I listened to music, I didn't really listen. Like I didn't dive into bands.
Mhm.
I would just listen to the radio, or I'd listen to what my parents would put on,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a wide variety of music. And so I didn't really start like really getting into bands until high school, or probably like junior high.
Okay.
honestly. But I think like my favorite artists are the ones whose discography I can dive deeper into and find stuff that I like from even their earlier days.
Mm-hmm.
And so the artists like that I found, I really like the Arctic Monkeys. And I will say that I don't like the slower sound
Okay.
that they've adopted in the recent years. There are a couple songs I enjoy, but I prefer their fast-paced rock and even their slow rock. But they're really doing rock.
I've warmed up to them a lot over the years.
Now they make like lounge music, and that's good for them, I guess.
Good for
As
them.
long as they're making the money.
Yeah, as long as you guys, I'm happy to see them go on tour again, but it's not for me. Kid Cudi.
Okay.
I really love some Kid Cudi, and the deeper I dive into his stuff, because and he talks about it quite a bit. He wanted beats that are like really different from everybody else, and that's why his are like more.
That's one thing I do
abstract.
notice.
Yeah,
Like-
he has,
like every
weird
time you're
synth
playing-
samples.
Yeah, like whenever you play his music, I'm like, bro, this beat is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this
And
beat is
so,
cool.
When he hits. He does miss every now and then, and I'm not gonna hold that against him. He just dropped an album, along with like a TV station.
Intergalactic.
Yeah, Intergalactic.
How you feel about it?
It does sound a lot like his older stuff, and it's because he has that producer that helped with who made like Day and Night and all of his like big tracks, Dot the Genius, and there's some tracks that I like that remind me of the old Cudi, but there are also some like slower, tracks that
Is it
kind of
poppy?
sound the same. There are some
I would
that are
expect it to be
poppy.
pretty poppy.
That it's more of like a spacey kind of like there are songs that are more abstract.
Okay.
There is this one called "Do What I Want," and that one is like more like
Like bass heavy.
kind of like more of a hype track.
Yeah,
more of a
yeah.
party
Turn up a
party
little bit.
banger.
Yeah.
But it's more of a slow kind of that humming cutty, and when it hits, it hits. When it misses, it misses.
Okay.
And then my third and final, Daft Punk.
Solid.
I love Daft Punk. I was so sad when they exploded off in the sunset. That really broke my heart.
Best way to go, though.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah, I feel like they did enough at that point. But with music especially,
What
there's
pissed-
never like enough.
what pissed me off was they dropped their last album, Random Access Memories, in like 2013, and they had a completely different sound for that album because the earlier stuff is like French house,
Mhm.
and then they did like more kind of gritty like electronic with their other album. But with Random Access Memories, it's 70s like vibes. Like that's one of the better like 70s kind of tribute albums.
Okay.
Like Silk Sonic here, Awaken My Love. I kind of attribute it to that.
Okay.
Because what tracks do you Get Lucky?
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah.
It's like disco in there.
And yeah, just a bunch of tracks
So-
like that one that I like. But
So it's like a like you said, like a tribute to that sound.
yeah, and because Pharrell, there's another track that's also like super 70s. That's Lose Yourself to Dance, and then
Oh,
there's Give Life Back to Music, and then there's like a sad one with the dude from The Strokes called Instant Crush. That was really good.
Oh,
but
yeah.
They dropped it in 2013. They didn't release anything except for some stuff with like, I don't know if the
Maybe
stuff
some
with the
singles,
Weeknd
maybe.
came out before or after.
Oh yeah.
Some
They,
singles.
I feel
they
like
did an
coming
album with
in-
him though.
Yeah, and
I don't know if they worked on that whole album for
they
sure.
did I Feel It Coming, and they did Starboy. I think.
Yeah,
But I
I
don't
think
know
they
if
did two songs,
Yeah,
not the
I
whole
think
album.
they
And
did.
then why did they wait like 8 years to explode? Like, why couldn't they have done that after? Like, I waited so long. Like,
yeah,
when's
bro.
this new Daft Punk album gonna come out?
I hate when bands. That's what happens when bands get their, or just artists in general get their flowers too late. Because by the time they get their flowers, they already like released all of their good shit already.
Yeah.
Or like their artistry at that point, their like best moments have passed, but we just weren't there to experience it.
Yeah.
Like, I hate it. Like that's happened recently with an art. This is like a singer though. Her name is Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. They're like a old blues / soul band, and I was like looking at her because I looked at I found a song, right, and I looked at the album and it said like 2011. I was like, what the hell? This sounds like it's straight from the 70s and the 60s.
Yeah.
Then I looked like her up. She unfortunately passed away, but she got famous when she was like in her 40s. So like in the early 2000s, she got famous, and then at that point, we couldn't really get the potential of like what was actually there, because by the time they blew up, it was like too late.
Yeah.
And I feel like that happens like too much with artists, especially when they don't get recognition when they should get it.
It's a shame. And then you find these like indie bands that suck. That
Yeah.
have been around for 27 years. You're like, what are you guys even doing? What are you guys attempting to do?
Speaking of that, let's go to something else here. It's kind of related.
He's super
Kind
into
of
the
related.
slideshow.
You got the,
Yeah, but you're dunking on people. Okay, I don't have a picture for this
Spoilers
one,
alert.
but we're gonna talk about the Kanye drama just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Do you know what's going on with it, like everything?
The most recent, I mean, yeah, I've been seeing his Instagram posts as of recent.
Well, yeah, he's been doing his normal Kanye posts and stuff,
Yeah.
but he's really been in the news for his fashion show.
Yes.
over the past week,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he one of the clothing items that he showed them was a White Lives Matter T-shirt. That got like a lot of people in outrage, rightfully so.
Yeah.
And now you just gotta question whether he genuinely, like before, I would question whether he would like do stuff to just be outspoken or whatever is like promotion. And at this point, I'm very much leaning towards like him just trying to promote stuff
Yeah.
and like put his name in the news whenever he's trying to like release something or put something out.
Like,
Cause I feel like it's a pattern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. I've tried to defend it a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, I still can defend a lot of it. Like a lot of it is still defendable, in my opinion. But when you see the pattern, you see like the same process repeating over and over. Yeah, it's very deflating.
Because Kanye, he's doing a lot of things that I do not agree with.
Yeah.
But I would still defend certain things that he was doing because
Yeah, like
I'm sure that he had the best of intentions.
Mhm.
With this, I don't think he had any intentions besides just causing a scene, just making it.
Let's
making
get my
a
name
deal.
out there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so for that, I'm not going to defend that. I don't think he truly believes.
That statement.
Yeah,
Sure,
I think he was just doing it to be controversial, and I don't support that.
I know he doesn't believe it because when he was wearing the Donald Trump hat, he literally admitted I was just wearing that hat so I could help get these people out of prison, so I'll be in their favor.
that was always kind of like a rumor though.
Yeah.
Was that ever confirmed that like
He said
just
it.
wore that? He said it.
Yeah, he
himself?
said it in every
Like on live television type shit.
I don't know. I watched a lot of Kanye stuff, so it was probably in like an interview or it was definitely in some kind of interview, him talking to somebody.
I would say that Sway had
Sway did have the answers, man.
This is definitely though like one of the he more than likely is doing to get his name back in because it's like there wouldn't be it unless something happened and he's now like switching sides or something like that and trying to figure something out. But at the same time, like it's Kanye.
Yeah.
Like this dude, I feel like he's got a plan in the back of his head every moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like when I saw
it's definitely planned out. Like everything he does is like this is definitely like planned out and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the point of it. It's planned out, so you see that he's like trying to manufacture it. But continue.
And it's like when I saw it on Instagram, I was just kind of like, what the? I was like, wait. I was like, did I read that right? Was that Kanye West? I was like, I don't like. At first, I was like, what the? Like, what is this like a bit? Like, because I know Kanye, like his Instagram is a flood of random. Like, I mean, he posted Civil War like edited.
That's something else.
For a while,
That's something else I also want to talk about.
Yeah.
His I've seen like in the internet in the past few years, younger and younger people have accounts on these media apps and whatnot, right? If you look in like their comments, like especially Kanye's and someone as famous as him, the comments are like seem like NPCs. They're not NPCs. They're to what I can best describe to as TikTok comments. Yeah. They're produced by Zach guy.
No cap on God, like now.
Yeah, or it'll just be like people who are obviously not fans of him and are just following the story, being like, "Oh my God, Kanye," or like, "Oh my God, Kanye, you're crazy. What is wrong with this guy?" Or like,
you've known him for like 10 years.
Yeah. It'll just be people trying to like diagnose him off the rip.
There are no sane people in this situation. No one is normal. They're all weirdos.
Facts. You hate to see it.
You do hate to
Poor
see
Kanye,
it.
though.
I really think that he needs like an anchor in life because Donda was his anchor, and then when he lost her, he flew off the handle.
He definitely is missing like stability, and with his family drama going on, that's not helping.
Yeah, because Kim was his anchor for a while.
Hell yeah.
But now that he lost her, he's just gone. He's just gone a little cuckoo again.
I will say on the topic, unless you want to talk about something, Demonte.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say on the topic of Kanye and rap. How do we feel about Lil Yachty's most recent little snippet or whatever that? I didn't even know.
How does it go again?
It goes.
I saw a meme of like it was like a medieval Viking, and it was like get Lil Yachty on his way to Poland with a walk. Yeah, bro.
Like, I remember hearing that this morning, and I was like, what?
We were talking about that, how that's one of those like catchy songs that it has to either like become a meme or catch on, or else they're getting flamed. Yeah.
I feel like
or you're getting YB and Lemired.
You're getting Soul Train.
You don't feel like we doing too much.
I feel like it caught him though, because it's catchy, but it's a weird catchy.
Yeah, it is a weird catchy. I don't know.
Like,
His voice is angelic.
Because like I just sang it like a minute. I said 10 minutes ago, like a minute ago. Like,
yeah.
I'm still thinking about it because it's like.
I feel like
it sticks.
I feel like this is how Playboi Carti fans are with his music. They like just hear some weird shit and they're like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!
This is crazy here."
I'm gonna invent a new language to talk about this.
Literally, dog.
Start talking in Sumerian tongue.
Yeah.
He go to
But here's a new segment I'm introducing.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna be the first one to get on it, and Aaron, you can participate also.
I got you.
Yeah, if you
This
want.
is versus. Okay,
Ooh,
I'm gonna give you 2 random names.
Okay.
They could be celebrities or any profession, and you're going to tell me who will win in a fight,
In a fight, in a physical.
in a physical altercation.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't just have to be their
I got
fist.
this.
And I want you to tell me
Battle
who would
of
win
wits.
and why would they win.
Okay.
So you can explain why you think they're
Well,
going to win.
this
It
is a
doesn't-
physical match. This is.
I mean, yeah.
We're sitting
Someone,
up. We're sitting up. for
someone
this.
is coming out of
Serious.
here alive.
Yeah. All right. So first, we have Adam Levine
Oof.
versus Harry Styles.
Ooh.
Harry Styles.
Who's winning?
Harry
On-
Styles.
Who's taking it home?
Harry That's an easy one, honestly.
These fish
I'm
are
giving
trash.
it to the one who performs with his shirt off almost every show. Adam Levine.
I agree with that.
You know, I feel like
Would you say his body is absurd?
I would.
Absurd.
He got a body that just won't quit. You know. No, I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything like that. I can't even really imagine what he looks like off the top of my head. Right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I can't imagine Harry Styles being in a
I
fight.
can't imagine Harry Styles would be able to beat me. If you're watching this, Harry Styles, please don't.
Okay.
Actually, let's do a boxing match for charity.
Ooh, boxing charity.
Here's.
But no, I'd give it to Adam.
Well, who do you think win, Aaron? Do you think the same thing?
I think the same thing as
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that Harry would be like, please, we can find out another solution.
Adam,
And then
Adam,
Adam
please,
just-
please, Adam.
Let's be real.
Let's speak. We need to talk this through. Think about it rationally, bro.
What about this? This is an interesting one, in my opinion.
Okay.
Tom Cruise versus Jeff Bezos.
Tom Cruise.
Ooh. And okay,
Tom Cruise?
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
You don't think Jeff Bezos has Lex Luthor powers at all?
Okay, wait.
What's up?
So this is this match that's happening. This
Yes.
versus match. It is fists only. No outside help.
They can use resources if it's related to like their
Oh,
characteristics.
Jeff is winning.
Like, for example, like how we did Adam Levine versus Harry Styles. Like you can
Yeah.
use the fact that, like he
He's
said, Adam Levine
Yeah.
is a pretty well built guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he would
It's-
do
it's
that. Or
that.
Jeff Bezos.
He probably got an Autobot.
He's buff though, bro.
Yeah, he is low key built.
He's kind of buff.
He's got a buff, and I saw him in a Lex Luthor suit, so I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
afraid of him now.
If we're-
Automatically.
If we're talking, okay, if we're talking with that as a rule, I feel like personally Jeff Bezos, because
Yeah.
have you seen like the robots they got trained? He will just hit a button and like 4 of them will come right.
Yeah,
down.
like that's what I said. He's Lex Luthor.
Dude has drones at his disposal. Like he's
Who do you think, bro?
I mean, of course, the richest man in America is going to have the advantage on him.
Yeah.
But if because I was thinking purely, Jeff Bezos is pretty built.
Yeah.
Tom
Cruise is
Tom Cruise
crazy.
is crazy.
In
He's
general.
crazy.
Yeah, in
He's-
general, he's a crazy
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you got him to fly off the handle, you would not be able to stop him.
He'd be gone. He'd
Yeah.
be crossing the country, just killing the
an
bad reviews in the
unstoppable
movies. Yeah.
force.
I I would say that he most definitely has superpowers simply off the fact that he's a Scientologist. He has
Actually,
superpowers.
Yeah, if
I don't.
we're gonna give Jeff
I actually don't know,
Bezos-
but I would.
If we're gonna give Jeff Bezos Lex Luthor armor, then I'm definitely gonna have to say that Tom Cruise has superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Some
Frank
of,
Vizinu.
yeah. Something
Yeah.
about that religion.
It's kind of matched. Like if it were merely fists, I feel like Tom Cruise would whack his shit.
Yeah. I
think he'd kill him.
He'd be on
Yeah.
the floor. Probably. would.
Probably, yeah.
They'd like open the gate to see who won, and he'd be like,
You don't think Jeff Bezos has like genetic enhancements?
oh shit, I didn't think
Like
about that. He,
dead ass. He
shakes
probably
his
has like
hand, got
yeah.
bionic
It's
arm.
probably why he's buff.
I bet all of that's in the testing stages. I bet he's putting that in
Probably.
cheap right now.
It's a-
Yeah.
it's
It's gonna freeze his head.
Yeah.
Cryogenically freeze his head.
Do some
Yeah.
like Futurama type shit.
Yeah, he's just a head in a jar.
How about this one? Britney Spears versus Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, I don't know.
I was going to say versus Kim Kardashian, but both of these people
I feel like Kim's got
had their
some
crazy moments.
I'm gonna give it to Britney.
I'm gonna give it to Britney.
And I'm not gonna
Why are you
base
giving it
it
to
off-
Britney?
I'm not gonna base it off crazy. I'm gonna base it off. I think Britney is I think she has the weight class advantage on Lindsay
Yeah.
Lohan. I feel
That's
like
true.
she's kind of.
She's built. She's
I feel
built.
like- I feel like Britney.
Not like a
yeah,
bad way,
Brit-
but
Britney
she's
Spears, like, she could beat me up.
yeah,
Her.
like yeah.
I don't know if Lindsay Lohan could. She might be.
I feel like it'd be.
What's she up to these
Anyone
days?
could beat me up.
No idea.
I wonder why actually like you just know what
She
Lindsay
just
Lohan is
pulls
up
my
to.
phone. Well, you see.
Well, let me text her and ask.
Yeah, let me see. Well, Lindsay was actually with me the other day. We were having coffee.
Last I heard, she was suing Rockstar for that like GTA.
Oh,
5
yeah.
Picture.
Oh yeah.
They most definitely did.
Oh yeah.
She got him. I ain't gonna lie, she got him, but
She got him.
definitely didn't win. All right, here's one. Give me Ben Stiller versus Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell's tall.
Will Ferrell is.
That's the
tall.
only advantage I can
Yeah.
see.
Ben
Yeah.
Stiller. I think Ben Stiller is also just like a tiny guy in comparison. Because in Tropic Thunder,
He
looks
is
like
tiny.
smaller than
Yeah, I think
everyone
he might be tiny in general.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is Ben Stiller?
I'm looking it up right now. Wow, it's not saying it. I mean,
Ben Stiller is like a director now. He
Yeah.
directs TV shows. I watched that show. It was actually really good.
It was.
Phenomenal.
Steve Carell's in like a new show too. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know. He just reminds me of Steve Carell.
I've seen
They're
some of that
interchangeable.
show, and it's very critically
With the therapist?
acclaimed. Yes.
Yeah.
There is a scene in it that I said, no way. And
Really?
not as in like, this is crazy, this is suspenseful. I was
Like, no way they did that.
I was like, this is out of pocket. I was like, why did they do this? Like, it doesn't.
Oh wow.
real quick, when I looked up Ben Stiller and then hit space, the second option already was height.
Really? Yeah.
So,
He's what is he?
Apparently, he's 5'6".
Yeah, I was gonna say 5'7", 5'6".
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell is like 6'3", 6'4".
Will,
Yeah.
oh, not Will Smith.
Oh,
Will Ferrell is 6'3".
Will Smith is winning anything.
He's 6'3".
He's 6'3".
Nah, I think
believe
he's
that.
taller than 6'3".
According to Google, he is 6'3".
I'm not gonna lie. He was sitting next to like Stephen Curry or like some NBA players, and he was like taller than him.
He could be a good 6'1".
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas.
He
I knew
Will
he
Ferrell's
was
at least
gonna
six.
do
Will Ferrell's at least 6'4", 6'5", actually.
But yeah, Will Ferrell was winning that fight, no doubt. You know how many
Yeah,
movies he's
okay.
been in where he's had to fight someone?
He loses every time.
Okay, but he has experience though. He's got experience.
That's
The
true.
fight scenes in Anchorman, I think, have given him the
Oh,
advantage.
yeah.
as well.
Mm.
I can't think of any.
He always has
fight
weapons in
scenes.
those though. Didn't he have like a ray gun or one of them?
Kanye West was in one of them. Like they get really out of pocket.
Okay. We're done with that one. We're done with the fights. We're done with the fights.
Okay.
Okay.
I like this.
Let's go to this one.
Okay.
We like cartoons here.
Oh yeah.
We like our shows in general.
Can't go wrong with
Yes.
What are some of your favorites ever? What have you watched as a kid? What did you like as a kid?
So
This is
This is a hard picture.
I will say I had a clear favorite as a kid.
okay. The clear front runner.
I know a lot of, channels wise.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends were Nickelodeon people. They were SpongeBob people. I was never really
I wasn't.
super into SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I liked SpongeBob.
I was super into SpongeBob.
But I was not obsessed with SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I really loved on Nick was like Invader Zim, I think.
Really?
Yeah, and then everything else I would go to Cartoon Network. Because Codename Kids Next Door, Camp
Fire.
Lazlo,
Fire.
My Gym Partner's a Monkey, those were
Fire.
all like our era.
Yeah.
And then the classics that they had on there, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Laboratory,
Mm.
Johnny Bravo,
Mm.
Samurai Jack,
Mm.
and then
Yeah, they ain't on. They had it. The Cartoon Network
they
had
had it, they had it, and then when I thought they didn't have it anymore, they dropped Gumball, Adventure Time, regular show, and I said, all right,
Legendary 3.
they're owning
Yep.
it for another decade, and they did, because I really do think that those are like
You
the
could
best
count,
things.
in my opinion, in my opinion, early Steven Universe in there.
Early Steven
Because
Universe.
I think later it got.
Two.
I don't think it got worse like later seasons, but I think it got very overinflated.
It
Like
got a little
it got too
convoluted,
much. Yeah, it
and
got
I
like
couldn't really
too
follow
much.
it. And Adventure
Yeah, exactly.
Time kind of got the same way.
Yeah, I was
There
gonna
a
say,
lot
but
happening
Adventure
where
Time-
I couldn't keep up.
But Adventure Time is like it's what's the word? It's like accessible enough to for you to like still be able to like get back into it because
Yeah.
It's not
The-
overwhelming.
yeah, it's not
like a
overwhelming
huge
terminology.
amount of
Yeah, because like Steven Universe is like a more complex show. I
There
would
were a lot
say
of characters.
in terms of like themes and like how direct they are.
Yeah.
They're more direct. Some of my favorites were like you said, Codename Kids Next Door.
I was obsessed with
Billy and Mandy is so underrated. That does
I
not get the love
Billy and Mandy.
it
And
deserves.
listen, everyone says that the funniest character from that show is Jeff the Spider. We all know it's Dracula.
Yes, bro, it's
That
Dracula.
is by far the funniest.
He was played by Kevin Michael Richardson, bro. Like
Oh.
you can't beat
The
that.
perfect setup.
He's
Yes.
playing Kamek in the new Mario movie. the like wizard turtle.
Oh yeah, him.
Level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's him, Kevin the
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got this though, too.
SpongeBob is obviously a classic.
Yeah, SpongeBob is a classic.
Okay,
And Nickelodeon did have.
Which seasons though?
The season of what?
Of SpongeBob. Because
Man,
personally,
the first 4 or 5.
the
Yeah.
first 5, that like watching those back, something about the anime, it makes you feel like you're sitting down on like the comfy carpet, watching on the box TV.
Yes,
It's a Saturday at like 4 o'clock.
they do such a good job of like creating an atmosphere to where like you feel like you're there with them, like you're just chilling with them, but you can tell that like this is like a different world. Yeah, I love the comedy. The comedy just works to this day.
Yeah, the
it
OG
still
SpongeBob
works.
is
Yeah,
terrific.
I feel like that's definitely gonna sit in a time capsule somewhere.
for
'cause
sure.
That's a staple. I feel like for cartoon, like for like cartoon animation and for characters.
What are some ones y'all think needed more love? I'd say like Billy and Mandy, like that one needed more love.
Billy and Mandy, I never thought I would have to defend The Simpsons.
Really?
Yeah, but nowadays you really do because
Does it turn into a Family Guy?
I need to watch this.
current
I need to rewatch
Simpsons
it.
is objectively just not really good.
Yeah.
Like even I've tried watching it and it's not as funny or clever as the original seasons.
It's like Family Guy.
Yeah,
It's not-
They
don't try.
Jump cut. Like it's like, oh, let's take one actor. And put
It's
it
so
over here.
deflating,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. I just watched like a clip on YouTube of Family Guy the other day, and I was like, "What is this?"
It's
I
so
was like,
heartbreaking.
"What is this?"
I couldn't personally watch it.
I couldn't watch it.
I always have to sit people down and be like, watch some classic like seasons 1 to 10 of The Simpsons with me. And
I
I'm
will.
always like, this is hilarious because the jokes are like, it's the way
They're like
I've heard it
PG-13,
described-
right?
Yeah,
they're
it's
they're
kind of-
never like 2.
Well, they're never like too risque. There are
Yeah.
some jokes that kind of go over kids' heads. And
Okay.
it's like it is more like family kind of adult animation.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way I've heard it described is like it hits you with jokes that are obvious, but like you didn't see coming. Like it
Oh.
just builds up to a joke that's perfect.
And not in the like wacky random like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this piano fell through the ceiling. What the heck?
Yeah, and if it does do jokes like that, because it does every now and then, it subverts your expectations.
Yeah.
I just think it's a master class in writing, and I always thought the structure of The Simpsons was really interesting because every episode is like some completely unrelated situation that spawns into the plot of the
Yeah.
episode. It's like, oh, here's
Okay,
some
that's
crazy
cool.
thing we're doing. Oh, we just got a ticket to New York City.
Yeah.
Let's go to New York, and that's the episode. So.
That's new.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good. Okay.
Oh,
I lost it.
What are some of your favorites, Aaron?
Favorite shows or ones that need love? Because for favorite shows,
Yeah, I'll think you answer the first one. You can answer
for
both.
favorite shows, gonna go with the legendary 3: regular show, Adventure Time,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, around our time-
was the last one. Oh, Amazing World Gumball.
Yeah.
My brain, unless I was
Around our
came out
time,
at the
those were
perfect
these
time.
shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Like
were
those
these
three shows, like when I was like young, like when I was like 12-ish or 11-ish, like when I first watched those, it was like I never knew what was going on, but that was just because I had smooth 11-year-old brain, and like, but I always loved watching it regardless.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
every single show, especially a regular show. I don't know why. I still to this day love regular show. It's
Oh
why
yeah.
It's. I think it's because the people that made it are
Actually,
us.
yeah.
Well, they aren't us, but like
but like they have
they
our
had that
humor, our
mindset.
brain.
Yeah, exactly. Like
And,
they
like,
had that mind
And
state.
even then, like I remember it, when you said that, I remembered the pitch video for it, and the guy that's pitching it, he's the voice actor, obviously for Mordecai. And
JG Quinto.
even listening to that, it was like a fun, like it was funny because
Yeah.
it's just like it's such like
He's a naturally funny dude.
yeah, and it's like it's situations that are so outlandish, but it's not like the random lol funny haha like something just fell out of the sky. Like they do it so well.
Speaking of that, something I think you probably heard of since you're a fan. He has like another show that's like an adult that
Yeah,
it's like the actual adult version of
I
regular
forget
show,
the name,
basically.
but it's like
Close enough.
Just
close enough.
close enough, yeah, with the two parents.
That show.
We watched a few episodes. I liked
Really?
it. I enjoyed what I
I
saw.
watched an episode or two. I liked it a lot. But
Yeah.
I didn't know
Not
how.
as good as regular.
I would say I didn't know how to feel about it because like it like my brain
Definitely
wanted-
jarring
Oh yeah.
because
It's like your brain is like, oh, it's regular show.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, this is new. And
Because
your brain like kind of. I didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. What
no,
were you
you
saying?
good. No. I'm just like going off where you're saying like it is hard to make that distinction.
It's like your brain is like, oh, it's trying to think of it as regular show.
Exactly. Yeah.
But instead, you need to be thinking of it from a like, oh, this is the first time I've ever seen a show.
It makes it so hard though, because it's like the same animation studio,
Yeah.
same majority, same voice actors.
Yeah.
It's like even the character models are
Like basically
looking like
the
him.
same.
Yeah, because I mean Mordecai is like modeled to, even though he's a bird, you see J.G. Quintel as Mordecai.
Oh yeah.
And
with like bodies.
yeah, and like
voice
J.G.
and-
Quintel's, I think the character from the show is just modeled after him. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's
modeled
all after him, but like more like real.
Yeah.
Not like real, like where
Probably like a
you know,
younger
you got
version of
bills to
him.
pay. But like real, like you could tell that this is like a genuine character.
Exactly.
And I think why those shows hit so close was because it kind of felt like they were growing up with us.
Oh
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
we were like, you know, I
They were
remember I was
evolving.
12 and I saw Mordecai say, "I'm pissed" on TV. I was
Yeah.
like, wow,
Swellwood.
Swillwood, I'm grown up now.
Yes, bro. I
There you
freaked
go.
out.
I feel like
Yeah.
Adventure Time did that best though, because like even with the voice actor, you like Finn
Mhm.
went from this young like high pitched like
Yeah.
I'm a buff baby's like, and in the later seasons, dude is like grizzled. He's been through a lot. He's not grizzled to the point where it's like my name is Finn Murders.
You know what I love? You know what I love?
What?
All three of the big three shows, they all did that, their own take on it, but in different ways. Because you got regular show,
Yeah.
the way they did it was they just developed the characters, like, because the show is, even though it's like literally random shit happens every episode, it's a grounded show. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's grounded, so it's just them getting older, real life shit. Adventure Time, you've got Finn and the whole world changing around them.
Yeah.
That show isn't
Conflict
grounded,
and
yeah,
everything.
like you
Yeah.
got all that. But with Gumball, the way they did it, they just broke the fourth wall because that's like what they do. Like that
Yeah.
is their humor. They just took the voice actors the same episode and like literally replaced them. And like they replaced, I don't know if you remember, like they replaced the voice actors in the same episode, and they got them to like break the fourth wall about it.
Yeah, like
And
the voice actors
I remember
changed at the end of the episode
Yeah.
when like the world reset or something. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, we sound different now. Oh, good. And then they just carried on.
Yeah, bro. I was like,
wasn't that animation style wise when it went from like the long like oval like eyes to the regular like
Yeah.
circle eyes?
it did change. Yeah, at some point
Yeah.
it like changed because Darwin used to have like a red. He had like a shirt or something. I always thought
Yeah.
for the longest I thought he was wearing a skirt because it was just like
Yeah,
a black
I
line
do.
where his legs were. That was a shirt apparently because he's a fish. Then after that, I noticed that it disappeared.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
And even
some of the
that-
features went away.
And that show's so good that you don't even notice it. Like,
Yeah.
I never really noticed it until I like really like because I was like, wait a minute.
I
these
think
are
it's because I think that's probably because there's so much animation in the show
Yeah.
in general. Because that show is just a blend of like animation
every
styles.
animation
That's
is like literally
all it
everything.
is. Yeah.
Because they got stop motion, they got 3D, they got like 3D rendering with the T-Rex, they got claymation.
Yeah, bro. Like
Red got, like
the budget must have been
it's
insane.
crazy. That reminded me of that episode where the budget just goes down.
They did do
It's like
that.
the animatic.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Has
love
there-
fourth wall shows.
Has there ever been a character redesign that you guys noticed in a TV show?
Oh, that's a
Like-
good. I'm thinking of one because
And wait,
there's one that kind of made me
intentional or
mad.
unintentional?
Intentional. I
Okay,
believe.
okay.
You got the Jake Long. Yeah, I was just say the Jake.
American
That's
Dragon.
obvious,
That
but there's
is
another
obvious.
I'm thinking about.
The
too.
dragon really threw me. I was like, is this the like? Did he?
Yeah.
Did he lose his powers? What happened?
Hmm.
It was whack.
Didn't Ninjago like kind of change at one point?
They changed-
Like their animate, they
I
either
think they
changed
changed
their
their
models
animation
or their
style.
animation style. Because I remember at
Just
one
because it
point,
was around for like a decade.
Yeah.
Kinda had
What
to.
is it, the models though? Like how they were like evolving and spinning
Yeah,
or something like that?
rather than it being bad, it was just jarring. I guess I just
Yeah.
remember noticing it.
I remember when they changed
There's some good ones.
Batman's design, just because I watched a lot of the Batman animated series, and then I
Mhm.
watched the other one, and then I watched the Justice League cartoons, and they changed
Mhm.
his design
Yeah.
a couple times. Make it more simplistic, easier on the animators.
Yeah, because
I
that
assume.
is a hard task. Animating is a, like, well, especially now it's a bit easier, but
Mhm.
not like entirely. But like that still is a grueling and like
Mm-hmm.
24/7 type job.
Yeah.
AI are going to do it for the rest of their lifetime.
Yeah, those AI image generators.
Yeah.
Disney was the middle brother, weren't? I mean the middle aged brother, weren't they? They didn't really
They didn't really change
have
much.
anything.
I
Well,
didn't-
it's not that they didn't have anything; it's that they didn't like they weren't in the forefront.
Oh, in terms
Yeah.
of like cartoon.
Yeah, in
shows?
terms of like stuff they had, because they had their Kim Possibles and their
Yeah.
That's So
Yeah,
Ravens.
cartoons,
Almost
I
like-
can think of Kim Possible.
It was
Fish Mark.
niche though. I don't know. I just feel like
Well, because they had a
It was
bunch of like.
niche.
What were you saying?
No, I'm
I was
done.
like,
It
because
was
they had like Zack and Cody. They had all those live action.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
like-
watched the live action ones.
Yeah.
Because
They were ahead of the game with that for sure.
Because all I remember, I can't like I remember Kim Possible what you told me, but all I can really remember in terms of like shows, like
Yeah.
like in that era, like that's not necessarily era, but in that time period,
Yeah.
where like Zack and Cody, like Annie, all those other shows, Ant Farm, like
King of
Mhm.
Kings.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
will say Disney was like the only network to like pull it off in terms of
yeah.
like the live action shows.
Yeah,
'Cause the
'cause
other
like,
networks,
I
they
did not like Nick's live action.
yeah, bro,
show.
it was either
Like,
it was either be mid or ass every time.
Yeah.
I liked iCarly
Every time.
to an extent, and I liked Drake and Josh.
Yeah, I mean, they, like Drake and Josh, I feel like was better than iCarly. Like
Yeah.
in the like where you see it as it's not like a sitcom. Like I did this quirky thing today. Look at it, and
Yeah,
where it's
look at
like
it.
Drake and Josh is more like genuinely two brothers, just
Yeah.
Yeah,
like because I like
You blew up my car. I hate you.
I got the game sphere.
It's spherical.
It's spherical.
hug me, brother.
And then what else on? I mean, yeah. I gotta give it to Cartoon Network. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Goated.
Yeah, like the list goes on. Cartoon Network just they got it, bro.
Courage scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
I don't know what happened though.
It was tough. Return the sled.
I think cartoons are just going like down the drain in general
Yeah.
these days.
I mean, yeah, I'm like these days, yeah, it's because they're trying to not necessarily for a new generation. I feel like they're trying to try something new.
I think
But-
the market. I
Yeah.
think who they're trying to market it to may be wrong.
Cause like,
Cause go ahead.
I was gonna say
Do your
because like
thought.
this, not necessarily this generation, but everyone's like on social media. So no one really sits down. And
That's
like,
all I was gonna
watches
say.
shows.
Yeah, like that's all I was gonna say. Like this coming generation, that really isn't their primary form of entertainment.
It's always TikTok.
Yeah, because like with us, our primary form of entertainment would just be play a game or let's watch what's on the cartoon.
Yeah, or like
Right
now
now.
it's like, oh, what's
Yeah.
on YouTube?
Yeah.
What's on like Netflix that I can maybe watch?
Yep. What news is on my phone?
Yeah.
I'm not about to like watch a cartoon show, which is why I don't think they're just seeing success.
Yeah.
Because like even shows that began during our heyday, I feel like old head saying that. Like shows that began, shows that were here like early 2010s.
Mhm.
They were popular like when they started, but the ones that are like still running, like right now, they're they're just stagnating or like they've
Mhm.
gone way down. And I think the viewer base is just gone. They've left.
Yeah.
Well,
They
what's
don't
still
have a viewer
going
base.
from, I guess, Fairly Odd Parents?
Like
I
Steven
guess.
Universe doesn't have to be anywhere from if that show was still going anywhere from like 2018 to 2019,
Yeah, then
then
it's
it was
would be
past.
considered,
Yeah, it's past this time. But like Steven Universe, regular show to an extent.
Mhm. I feel like
Um,
no, I was gonna say SpongeBob, but I feel like that show will.
I was
forever
gonna
be-
go. Yeah, well, we're
that-
gonna be dead, and that show's still gonna be
That
playing,
show will
bro.
forever be in a like mid-level like fun because there's like you sit down and watch a SpongeBob episode with like
Yeah.
your family, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
like the way they do their jokes is good.
Oh yeah. It's just it's an accessible show, so it'll always
Yeah.
always have an audience because of how accessible it is. It's like Drake or somebody.
Yeah. Like in terms of like weird, I can't like the only I can really think like, are there any shows from back then that are still like going? Like
Not
from-
now, but like
Yeah.
ones that like ran for a long time. There's like
Not many that I can think of off the top, which is
yeah, not from the top.
yeah.
Like I thought I was really thinking of like Steven Universe
Steven
and
Universe.
Gumball too,
Yeah.
to an extent, because it doesn't mean that they were bad, but the viewers went down. Like they weren't seeing nowhere near the success they were seeing like before
Yeah.
that happened.
And like I kind
So-
of like that because like now it's like nothing will not necessarily nothing will change about it, but like it is now forever like cemented and will never like
They can't ruin it.
they can't ruin it. They can't bring in like new quirky characters that'll somehow make it weirder or worse.
Like
Mm.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Didn't Fairly Odd Parents like didn't they just get really weird with their episodes? I can't remember. I've watched it in a while.
I don't know. I haven't seen it
I don't
either.
know.
I just know they kept adding character after character. Like they added
Yeah.
that baby, then they added a dog, then they
Oh,
added
yeah, I
some
forgot
girl.
that,
Like it's just crazy.
What show?
I just think of Fairly Odd Parents.
Where they
Oh,
had, like, the
yeah.
little baby with the pink clothes and then they added
Yeah.
a dog.
I don't
Oof.
think that show went past its time because it ended a while ago though.
I think it's still going.
I don't
Is
know.
it?
I thought it
I don't
was.
think it's still going. I think it's
Didn't the creator like getting some shit though?
No, there was a. Oh,
I mean,
I don't
he
know.
just
I don't know.
he
if it's-
sucks.
I don't.
He just
like, do
sucks.
a bunch of really stupid stuff.
The creator
I mean,
like
he
said a
just
lot of
tried to
dumb
make,
stuff.
Like his own like streaming service. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
all
I
our
forgot.
cartoons are going to be family and religion
But
based.
Wasn't there? I
Oh
don't,
no, it stopped. Dang, yeah, it
Yeah,
ended in
'cause-
2017.
Wasn't the
Oh,
last
20.
episode
That's still later than I thought.
Yeah, but it ran for
for a while, right?
Was it ever on a hiatus? I think it was on a hiatus. I feel like it was on a hiatus for like a long
It
time,
was,
bro.
on,
for-
it was on a hiatus for like a year because for the
Oh.
final season they switched it to like Nicktoons
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because nobody wanted
Wasn't
to
the
watch
final
it.
episode of that like?
I remember it ending like, maybe I just stopped watching.
I
Like
mean,
2013
I
or something.
I remember it. I think it's like, it's revealed that Timmy in the very beginning he wished that no one would age, and that like he broke one of the rules.
I don't think that was the final episode.
Was that the final? I
but
thought that was.
Could have been a
It
season
could have
finale
been,
or
but
something.
I do remember that happening where they were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I would." They were like, "Timmy, how long ago did you wish for this?" He was like, 40 years ago."
He was like,
I just want to say that I don't think it went that much downhill after the baby, because I remember a while after it was poof. Them and they was poof. After a while, bro, it wasn't even bad. Like it was still entertaining. But
I
then
didn't mind Poof, but I stopped watching when like the dog came around.
Yeah,
I don't
that
even
was
know
like
the
a-
girl's name.
that was like a-
I think that's the moment you can say it, like just
Like,
I'm gonna do this live because I'm hungry.
Oh, you get a little munch. Oh,
What are you gonna do?
Oh, can we get a food? What's this? Let's get a food review real quick.
you come to my podcast and eat.
Yeah, come to this
Yeah,
podcast.
I got some
Chinese
food
food.
from the mall
Chinese food.
earlier. Doesn't look too great, honestly.
Mm.
Nah, it looks good to me.
It looks like good texture.
Yeah,
Let's get a little bite. How's the taste? How's the texture?
Mukbang.
delicious.
Delicious. Mukbang.
I didn't have.
Oh,
You picking that up?
pick it. It's just
Yes.
That does look rather delicious.
Stop seducing my audience, please.
like, hey, this is we're trying to keep this PG-13.
But
That one was really good.
let's talk about your plans for the future. What do you got planned on doing, man? It could be life.
Looks like finishing that thing it's taking.
Yeah, I think you plan on gobbling down
I'm
Chinese food.
gonna frick this up first and foremost. I really want to start streaming. You know,
Twitch,
Like gaming?
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, just because gaming is something that I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
As awful as it sounds, I have, and I have a connection with a lot of games, and so something that I've really been wanting to do is just play through like entire game series.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Stream that. And, like,
Yeah, stream that, kind of go through game by game, and I would want to start off with something like Borderlands,
Oh,
just because I love those games. Kingdom Hearts, those hold a special place in my heart.
Nice.
And it's also something that I want to be a bit of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the Borderlands games is Borderlands VR,
Yeah.
where you have to play the entire game in VR. I got it.
no.
So that would be an interesting playthrough.
That would.
Do you have
would.
a potential? Sorry, I may cut you off. I was gonna say, do you have a
No.
potential name you could plug for it in the future?
Yeah, I have a Twitch channel set up. It's I believe it's Hotel Caps with a K.
Hotel Caps.
Yes.
Hotel
Mm.
Caps at Twitch.
Hotel-
Yeah, go check
Hotel
it out.
Caps,
K.
baby.
Yes.
What are you like looking forward to play, or like what are some game series you're like interested in trying out that you haven't like tried out?
That I haven't tried out that I'm interested in.
So
I
now
kinda
you
wanna
played a
play-
shit ton.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Obviously, I am a bit of a gamer.
A connoisseur of the video game.
You're a gamey
I-
fan. Name every game ever.
Name every game. All right.
Fraud.
I do want to play through probably the Witcher games.
I think there's a really good
I do too.
story
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, like I've heard good things about it. That's one thing I'll check out also.
I got a game on that. If you like The Witcher, I got a game. I recommend it. It's on PC. God of War.
Oh, I've played.
Oh, you play? Yeah, you played through all of them.
Uh,
Not all of them, but like 3.
The new ones.
Yeah, I did play, or I played through a little bit of like the HD little collection
Mhm.
that they made, and so I played a little bit.
The new God of War
Here-
is. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, here's the thing on God of War.
Yeah.
I've wanted to also play that,
Mhm.
but I feel like that's like too much of a commitment at this point. Since it's
Honestly,
three, since it's
thing
3
is-
games.
The thing is, like playing all of them.
I mean, well, like since it's a full trilogy, you're in each
I
game.
mean-
It's let's say minimum. It's like 7 hours
Yeah.
minimum. Let's just say that.
I mean,
You're
like.
con-
No, you can go ahead. Go.
So what I was probably just gonna do is like look up a story, like a
Oh, yeah.
lore
That's
breakdown.
definitely what I would do.
That's what I did when I played Tiny Tina's with him because, like he
Mhm.
said, Borderlands. He's a fan.
Yeah.
He got me into it a little bit. Before we played Tiny Tina's, you kind of got to know the lore, right? So instead of just playing all 3, because I wasn't gonna be able to fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
so I just looked up a lore video on it.
Did we
And-
watch it together? Or, like,
Yeah.
react to it?
Yeah, like me, him, and our other friend Brady like watched it like together and like live reacted to it. Like it's like
Nice.
2-hour video. Well,
With-
go ahead, my bad.
With God of War, I would recommend watching a video on the first ones up until God of War 3.
I should play 3.
To really get the story set and the character change, God of War 3, which is honestly one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
ever. God of War 3's combat is amazing.
Heard is good, yeah.
And then from God of War 3, I think you can rent it here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because Jeremiah rented it.
I think it might be on PlayStation's service.
I
right,
think it
Brayden?
is, Yeah.
Yeah.
But because God of War 3.
The new one definitely is on there. I don't know about the old collection.
Because God of War 3.
Wouldn't doubt it.
The mood and everything from that game sets the pace for the next one. And that's the one where you really need to know what happens.
Yeah, because he has a son.
Because like what he does in that game sets the mood for why he's in the next one.
Okay.
And it's both games, honestly, are so good.
So like a lot of
I
character
love
development.
Yes, a
in that,
lot.
Yeah.
And it tells you, it does make it back to the other games, but if you really want to get into it, like just look up a summary video of all the ones up until 3. Play 3 or summarize it if you want to. I feel like playing it really sets it in stone.
I can play, yeah. If it's one, I can commit to playing
And
one. I can do that.
Then play 4. Because that will really, like there are times in that game where it ties to the last one, like the God of War 3, and it hits hard.
Okay.
Whereas if you didn't play it, it won't hit as hard, but it will. Because you'll know what, like the reasons behind it.
Mainly because you're not expecting it to tie into 3.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's just my recommendation for both of you if you want to play it. Because I played through all of them. Gotta say, I love it so much. It's a bit of a smooth brain kind of opinion, but like...
No, I'll definitely check it out. I've heard nothing but good things about that game, and based on like that game, like when it came out, I was confused because I'm not familiar with the story. So I was like, wait, Kratos he's chill.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't know you would chill like that, Kratos.
Yeah.
Because I just known him as like this rage-induced barbarian, just killing, slaughtering motherfuckers. Yeah, and then he's just like this sweet like middle-aged man with this kid out of nowhere. So something must have happened, like you said. Something happened.
It definitely, like, you can do, let's say, you can do whatever you want to do. I 100% recommend for both of you. Look, if you want half of it, play through God of War 3, and then the next one. If you want a big extent, play through, or summarize all of them up to 3, play 3, and then play 4. Not right after, but like knowing the story of 3 through experience, then go into 4. It hits, like, I'm not gonna lie, there were moments where I was like I was kind of fanboying over it. I won't lie, because I was like, there's a specific moment that I will not say, but it literally, I was like jaw dropped. I was like, oh my god, like what?
Oh yeah, I gotta play it. I gotta play it.
You got
What's where are like your favorites besides Borderlands? Serious.
You know, Kingdom Hearts. Like I said, that one has been an obsession with mine, just for nostalgic purposes.
I love the art they make, like their concept art they have.
I love the aesthetic, the music. The combat is pretty fun. The story is convoluted and kind of lame. But you know.
I mean, it's a fun game though. Just
it's
like playing the game.
The combat is way more like in depth than a lot of people would
Nice.
expect, and so that's one of the things I love about it. And then, besides those, Call of Duty Zombies. You know, I've been sort of into the Call of Duty multiplayers. I've never been too good at any of them.
Yeah.
I prefer the zombies because those are not as good as other people.
So when I was younger, I was like a Sonic kid, basically.
Yeah.
So like I had like GameCubes, N64s, like Nintendo stuff you can play like Sonic and Mario games on pretty much.
Yeah.
So I didn't really play like how you were talking about God of War. I didn't really get to play like those AAA games at first because I was like, damn, all I need is Sonic and Mario. What? I don't need any of this HD,
like all this HD
60 frames per second. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my like first very big game was when I first got my PS4 in like 2013. I downloaded the Nathan Drake collection for Uncharted.
Awesome, yeah.
My God, I was addicted to it. I played all 3 of those games like so many times since then. Then a new one came out. It's somehow even better than those 3.
Yeah.
Which is damn near impossible to do gaming wise. I've gotten into Far Cry 2 also.
Yes, the Far Cry
Yeah, I've
series.
like played all of them pretty much. My last one right now I got to get on is 3, which I heard is the best
Yes,
one apparently.
3
Yeah,
is
that's
so
the best
good
one.
story wise, because like
Yeah, the story.
you know the story too.
Yeah.
It's such like if you dive deeper into it, it really like it really makes it really.
Yeah, I'm going to play it soon. I play like all the the Far Cry games because I played it kind of out of order though. Like I went from 4, not 4. I went from 5 to 6, then to 3. No,
like
no,
Kind of Touch 3 or 2.
no. I went from 5 to 6, which is the newest one.
Yeah.
Then I went to 4, which is the one with pagan men in the dude in the suit. Yeah,
One you just sit there, you can win.
yeah. And now I got to go down to 3.
To die for.
I thought people really liked that game. I thought it was pretty mid.
Yeah, I was
Or
defending.
not mid, or like I hate the combat system in that game.
yeah.
I think they've definitely improved on the combat
I had
since
a lot
then.
of fun with it, but maybe that was just the point of, or the stage of life I was in. I guess.
Yeah,
I was just a dumb kid.
It's-
who would
it's-
have fun playing it.
games are definitely made moments because like a lot of the games I played aren't perfect games either.
Yeah,
It's
I go
really just
back,
based
I
on the
play it,
moment.
I'm like, this actually.
Yeah. Like you go back and play it because for the nostalgia, and you're like,
And it's like, oh, this kind of.
it's not that fun. Yeah, this is kind of boring, man.
As a kid, I was a huge Sonic fan too, but I didn't have any of the like cool Sonic games that I wanted.
Oh, I
Like
played
Sonic
all
and the
of
Black
them.
Knight.
he had the.
No good. Sorry there.
I'll say he had the dollar store Sonic games like Sonic and the Secret Rings,
Yeah,
those
Sonic and
Wii
the
games.
Secret Rings.
Nah, bro.
Sonic and the Black Knight had the hardest intro though.
Yeah,
Like,
Sonic and Black Knight.
"Whoa."
Yeah, Sonic and Black Knight is that's playable. Sonic and the Secret Rings sucks.
Isn't there one with
I played that game.
That's Sonic
Nah.
Unleashed. I had that one.
Sonic-
too.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
Sonic
say.
Colors.
Yeah, I had Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Adventure. Then I played Shadow the Hedgehog.
I had Shadow.
Then I
Shadow
played.
blew my mind.
Oh god, when he died and you're like 7 years old, and he's like, damn, dropped your controller.
Should
Am I
be
allowed to play
famous?
this? Am I allowed to play this? What?
Wasn't there one where Shadow had a gun?
That's
For
it.
whatever
Yeah,
reason?
yeah,
Oh,
that's
what
it.
you're talking about?
And it's in the next one, which is Sonic 06, which I will defend that game.
Oh my God.
That game has I don't care. That game has a cult fan base of defenders because when I played it late into it. Like I didn't play it in 06. I played it like in 010 something, 09. And it's known for being like a glitchy, buggy game. When I played it, it didn't have glitches and bugs.
It was smooth. Like,
Yeah, it was pretty smooth. It was still like from the base, it's inherently not a good game, like
I was about to
mechanics wise
say.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like in terms of those, sure, I would get those problems, but I don't know. I really like that game. I like the ambition they had in terms of the story. Since then, they haven't tried anything that ambitious.
Once I see a human female kissing a hedgehog, I'm out. I can't defend
Fair.
that.
What?
Fair. The Shadow's in there.
But yeah, but Shadow.
And I think that's
Shadow
the
Rider's a
silver
Doom
game,
buggy.
Oh, what's
And
Nah,
I
that
like
game's
those.
kind of goofy. Then I played Sonic Unleashed. Then I played Sonic Colors. Then at that point, I stopped playing the Sonic games. 'Cause at that point, they stopped getting good, obviously.
I heard
Yeah.
the newest one's coming
Oh,
out.
Generation.
Generations, yeah, I played that.
Yeah, the newest one's coming out is apparently really like. It has
Yeah, we were talking about that
It
for
has
a
a
minute.
open world beat, but it's really just open environment where you just get to
Open
run around.
zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. Open zone.
I'm ready for it, I guess, but I don't know what to expect, honestly, bro.
I have faith, honestly.
I
think
mean,
it'll be a good
I
time.
have faith. I don't think it's going to be bad, but I just think it. For right now, I feel like it can be underwhelming
Yeah.
in terms of
Yeah.
story. I don't feel like I don't know, because
I
I,
mean,
haven't
never
seen
played a
anybody
Sonic game
else.
for the story, honestly.
Yeah, you just played the.
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Chili dogs.
Yeah, that's what I thought the story was for like the first 10 years of my life. Sonic is chili dogs, friends. I gotta go fight people.
Yeah,
Whoa,
then
rings,
you play
rings.
Sonic 06 and he's
Eggman,
time
hey.
traveling to defeat like an evil dragon from 1,000 years in the future.
Whoa, what's
Oh
this?
yeah, and
Yeah.
Shadows shows
Oh,
up as
okay.
like Galahad.
Look.
It's like
What's this?
Percival, and I'm like, no, that's silver.
Whoa, what's this? What is a Glock? Shadow. What is a Glizzy? Shadow, why are you giving me this long hot dog? There's no chili on it.
There's so many. See, the Sonic fan base is different from like any other fan base because no matter how bad the game is,
They still
they'll just
play it.
make it good themselves. Like they'll just like do
They'll talk
whatever they
themselves
gotta
into
do.
liking it. Or,
No, like if the game's bad, they'll just make their own game. Like they'll literally create like the game themselves.
I've seen the fan games.
Yeah.
They look pretty sick. I like it's interesting that they haven't like taken those concepts and applied them to an actual game.
It's because it takes so much money to do it. Like there's people that try to do it, and there's like GoFundMe's and like, whatever for them, but games just take so much money to do, and they usually don't have like a big team.
Well, Sega
So-
hired all those freaking indie developers for Sonic Mania. Why can't they do the same for their 3D Sonic games?
That's true.
Because it's a
I
different
mean,
beast.
it's much harder. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, bro. Because that's what I'm saying. That's like what I be saying. Why don't you just try to hire some of those fan people that obviously are doing good jobs, and then just try to.
But yeah, I bet it
How
isn't
they
that
do.
simple.
Yeah.
Because I bet all these like indie developers use Unity, and if they try to use the Sonic engine, they kill
Facts.
themselves.
They do be using Unity and shit.
Plus, it's like moving because like it started out 2D, that would make sense with going fast.
Yeah.
But in a 3D space, with how fast he's going,
Physics too.
in physics too, and thinking about like, oh, like is the grass gonna move when he steps up? Oh, that's gonna take processing power. Oh,
Yeah.
but it's already going towards loading the environment that he's currently running. At
Yeah, you gotta
Mach
like
7
factor in
into.
every like
Yeah.
detail
Yeah.
around
And
them.
I could see how there'd be limitations because if you think
Yeah.
about the older Sonic games, like all that's already rendered out. It's
Yeah.
just like merely going through it. With 3D, especially on like if it's gonna be on PC or like other like consoles, you gotta take into account that processing power and how
Yeah.
much can be like rendered out in like one couple frames.
Mm.
Well, we're in the. Sorry, continue.
Oh no, I was gonna say like, because it's like with every movement, something's got to be calculated.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna put a strain on it if not calculated right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're in the era where like loading screens are no longer an issue.
Yeah,
And so
you're not
I don't
wrong.
think it's too far, because they're kind of figuring out like the kinks to keep this stuff kind of rendered in at all
Mhm.
times.
Mm.
So I think a good Sonic game, like a genuinely amazing one. I don't think this is it.
Yeah, I don't think this is it
But
yet.
I think we're almost there.
Yeah,
feel
I
we're
hope
getting
it's-
there.
It's a big step to the big.
Yeah,
the
that's
big one.
what I'm hoping it is.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't think it's gonna be that
The
good.
big one.
I just think it's.
It's
I
gonna
think
be-
it'll
I
be
think
fun
I think it's gonna be
enough, and that's all I
promising.
need.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be
Mhm.
fun enough.
Oh,
But I have a question for you, Brayden.
Yes.
From your younger days as a little lad,
Unbeatable.
what's the dumbest thing you can remember yourself doing or getting yourself into? Could be anything.
This is nothing like too insane or like too interesting. It just caused me like a lot of issues and a lot of panic.
Okay.
I was at school and they gave me some little safety scissors. I was like, just playing with them. I took my shirt. I was like, and I cut a hole in it. Like I cut the fabric off.
Yeah.
The perfect line to like make a pretty decent hole
Uh huh.
Mhm.
in the shirt. And I was like, oh, I didn't think this would happen. And I went and I told the teacher. They were like, what do you think they used to cut fabric, you idiot? And yelled at me.
The
And-
teachers bullied you.
Yeah, because I went to
You-
oh my god, that teacher was awful. I remember
What a
one
dick.
time, I said, I farted, and she was like, I'm calling your mother. And then I got home, and my mom was she's about to whip my ass. She was like, the teacher called me and said, you said the F word. I was like, huh? Fart?
Fart?
And I was a little kid, so I was like, I did. And she was,
This man think his life would end over him dropping a pencil in the middle of class, bro.
oh god, so yeah.
I don't blame you though. Yeah.
I cut the
Yes,
hole in my
teacher.
shirt, and then the teacher was like, I'm gonna have to call your parents and tell them. I'm like, no, they're gonna be so mad. And so they were like, who do you think will be more chill? I was like, my dad. And so I called my dad, and I told him, and he was like, he was pissed. And it really isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, there's a little hole in your
It's
shirt.
a tiny little hole.
You just you fucked around and found out.
yeah,
That's
just
really
give me
all it was.
another shirt. God. But he was like, yeah, you have to tell your mom, blah, blah, blah. And I just never told her. And then,
The secret's out now. You're
Yeah.
gonna get a phone call in about 2 days.
But I
Sorry,
hated when
Mom.
teachers would call your parents because they would always twist it to where it would just be bigger than like what you actually did.
yeah, and
Like, they
you would
just
not
make it
have
sound-
the chance to explain yourself.
Yeah,
You
because
have to
the-
wait till you got home when
Yep.
your mom was already pissed off
Because as soon as you get on the phone, like after your teacher, you're already like in deep shit. Like
Yeah.
as soon as it happens, you
and
don't
the
get the
teacher's
chance to
right
do
there,
anything.
you can't really say much
Yeah.
to her because
They
it's
all-
like
they
she's
all-
an
It's gonna be dead on you the whole time you're on the
Yeah,
phone
Sitting
too.
there like,
Your son Brayden to get down the stairs.
pushed him on the swing.
No, that
Yeah.
did happen one time.
Really?
No.
No.
I got pushed down this.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They
The
haven't
The
proven
dumbest
it yet.
thing I can remember doing was it was 5th grade. I didn't have a haircut for a while at that point,
I see.
and yeah, as a black man, when your hair is like growing and like you can't see I'm wearing a bandana obviously, but when your edge is like growing right, pretend my edge is right here. You have like little hair growing on top of it. When that happens, that just means your barber maybe cut it a few inches too high or whatever. You've changed barbers too many times. I got sick of it because I'm trying to look clean when I'm going around school. This is 5th grade me, you know. I'm trying to look good. You know what I'm saying?
The best you can.
Yeah, I can't go around with 2 hairlines.
We gotta
So-
go bald.
I go in my mom's
Yeah,
room.
so we gotta go all.
I grab a razor. It's not my mom's razor. We just keep a razor in the bathroom, in the main bathroom in general. Grab that razor. Went to my mom's room. She has a mirror that you can stand up and look at. Try cutting my edge. Right. Here's what happened. So when you're cutting your edge, you have to like tap it because that's hair on top of like your head,
Yeah.
right? So you gotta like tap it. You can't just smooth and go up and down on it. Yeah, my dumb ass went up and down on it. So then I have so then my hair is in like 2 different places at this point.
It's like the up and down.
Yeah, like it's like a Tetris match going on the top of my head. So then I'm like, oh my! As soon as the second I did it, I started panicking. Literally, I regretted it the second I did it. I started crying instantly. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck why'd I do that? Why I should do this? So I think quick. I'm like, okay, let me try to push it down. I kept on trying to do that. It barely fucking worked. Praying my mom does not call me in the living room for anything the rest of the night. The whole family's in there. For some reason, this night I decided to be a dumbass. She calls me in her room. She didn't know I did it, but I know that she could fucking notice. So I'm trying to like look to the side and
Like,
shit. Yeah, I'm trying to yeah, exactly. So I think that probably brought more attention. I just know what you said. Dream face reveal. So like I'm looking to the side, and I think that probably brought attention to it because then she started looking at me weird. She's like,
And it's like you probably thought.
"Look at me." I was like,
You probably thought you were like, oh, this is gonna work, and then
yeah, oh god, yeah. When she said look at me, I knew I was fucked.
Yeah.
So then she looked at me and was like, they just started laughing at me, bro. They be like get scolded. They just started laughing at me. They yelled a little bit because I was being dumb. But the worst part is she made me go to school with it for 2 days.
Oh.
So I had to go to school and like lie to everybody and be like, yeah, my barber kind of fucked me up a little bit. Yeah, man. Like fuck that dude, man. Damn him.
Then you go
Fucked
back
me
to
up.
hey,
Yeah.
can I get a fresh cleanup?
Yeah. After 2 days, she let me do it. She
You
took
said
me to my
no.
barber, and my barber laughed at me too.
Barbara's like,
My
I'm
barber
happy
flamed
you've
me.
been going around telling people I did this.
Nah,
To college for it and everything. It's like I did not mess that. No.
yeah, he didn't find out. Thankfully, I don't think he did. But yeah, I was lying on his name. Okay.
Street saying
Street saying you
Here's
fucked me
some
up.
rumors that I may gave you that hairline. It looks like the woods.
Nah, man, he did a little surgery and we was fixed up the next week. You know what I'm saying?
That's good he was able to fix it. I remember Johnny, they couldn't fix that.
No, yeah, we all cut his hair in my room one day, just
Really?
randomly. Yeah, we got one of our friends. He just bought some clippers. Like, I'm about to start cutting hair.
I was like,
A friend-
like, yeah, I can cut hair.
Yeah, literally. That's literally what it was. Like, man, come on, bro, I can cut hair. So our friend Johnny, he's like a free spirit. He'll let you do like anything. He's
care.
down. Yeah, he's down
That's
for
one way
anything.
to describe it.
Yeah. So he'll like he was like, yeah, bro, come on, pull up to my house, sits in the chair. Our friend starts cutting his hair. He is fucking this man all the way up. His hair has like 2 different levels to it. There's like different shades.
I will say part of it I think is because the back of his head just has a really weird shape.
Yeah,
Like,
like
looking at the pictures, you see dents and
yeah, it's like a indented. I mean, that's how everyone's head is, but his is like way more exaggerated.
Yeah.
Exaggerated cranium.
Yeah.
God.
He has like an exaggerated cranium. So like you just look in the back and bro, it looks like the worst bowl cut mixed with like the worst kind of fade job you could like think of. Like his hair's 3 different shades.
Did he treat it like one of those like you go to the barber and like you get a bad cut? You're like, yeah, it looks good. Looks good.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, freaking out, dude.
I thought you talking
Remember-
about Brayden was treating it like that. The friend that was cutting out, he was like, "Nah, man, you tripping? What look good? What you talking about, Johnny? Come on, bro." And he slapped his head at the.
God.
That was the worst part of it.
Like,
It's okay.
But no, what you saying? Johnny was like freaking
yeah,
out.
Johnny was standing up, stomping on the ground, like, why would you do this?
My My brother in Christ, you sat in the chair.
Johnny was not.
As
Nah,
soon
he-
as
he
you
was
signed
not
the
happy.
contract.
As soon as he said that, he should have known that he was in for it.
Yeah,
Like, that's
his fault, honestly.
His fault.
And then our other friend is like, he's also like, hey, bro, let me get some of that. Then he's like, kind of serious, but he's trying to act like he's doing something. But he's like barely like trimming the follicles off his hair, and he's like that video of like the cat getting their haircut, and he's like just barely like cutting the tip of his like hair. Yeah, it's like that.
I heard you.
Yeah. Any dumb thing you remember doing?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was a stupid kid. I was one of those kids that was like, first thought to my head was the best one.
Yeah.
And there was a specific instance. I think I was in 5th grade. Or no, I was either in 5th grade or 4th grade. And I remember, did y'all ever get slips that you have to bring home to your parents to get signed? That
Yeah.
like, showed that you like did something bad?
Yeah.
I got one of those for like the first
I
time
had
in my
those.
4th grade year. I remember, I don't know why I thought of this and when I was good. I was like, I'll forge her signature and give it back to her the same day. And I remember I walked into the bathroom with like a pen, like a Sharpie marker.
Yeah.
Like not even like a fine tip one, like the fat, like. The
Oh,
fat
so it's
guy
gonna
on
look
top.
like shit.
Yeah, and I remember I was like, how does my mom sign her name? And she signs it very cursive, like professional.
Yeah.
And I remember like you know how cursive S is, right? She does it round. And I remember I was like, oh, that's it. If I do that, it'll be fine. I literally drew an oval and a line, and then I went like really bad
That's the trick.
U-S-A-N last name. And I remember I was like, looked at it, I was like, this is good. This will work. And I remember like one of my classmates walked in and was like, what are you doing? He's like, don't worry about it. Nothing.
Because I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like we notice our parents do, they'll like the one letter in their name that's like that letter has the most flair to it.
That's
So
the
you
one
focus. So if you get that letter right, you're
Yeah.
pretty much in
That's
the
the
clear.
one, like,
but if you
when
fuck it up, you're done.
That's the one that's
You're
essentially
done.
like,
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
yeah, bro.
And
That was a tricky.
this, let me make this note. I did this 5 minutes after getting the slip.
Yeah,
Like,
you
within
trying the
5
same day
minutes.
is crazy.
That is
And I
crazy.
remember I was like in my head like, this is genius, because I can just tell her that she like showed up here by chance and signed it. I was like, this is genius. And I walked back in the classroom, and I remember I was like, here you go. And she's like, what? And I was like, it's signed. Here you go. You can take it. And she's like, okay. And then it was lunch, and apparently I didn't know this, but I know this now because my mom told me. Apparently she called my mom and was like, Susan, I don't know how to tell you this, and apparently she was laughing, and she was like, I don't know how to tell you this. Your son just forged your signature 10 minutes after getting this slip.
Oh my god,
And
bro,
she
you
was
were
like,
dumb ass.
she was
bro.
like, what? And I was like, yeah, he like, and she started giggling. She couldn't get it out. She was like, he like tried to sign your name and signature, and it just looked so
Dog.
bad. I remember she was like, what?
She probably didn't want to get you in trouble. She
No,
probably just felt bad.
She had to. So she was like, I hate to do this, but I have to give him a detention for it. And she was like, it's perfectly fine. I'll talk with him afterwards. And I got back, and I remember I was like, or no, she pulled me. She like walked outside to we had recess.
Yeah.
And she was like, Aaron, or no, we walked. So when we ate lunch, we would go back to the classrooms, like drop off lunch boxes and stuff. We would all go. And as we were walking there, she was like, Aaron, can you stay here real quick? And I was like, oh no. And you know that feeling like when your heart sinks down and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that feeling hit
It's
me like a
coming.
bus. And I remember I just slowly walked back. My friend's like,
Yeah, everyone's chattering.
and I remember I walked in and she was like, Aaron, this is not your mother's signature. And I remember when she said that, it felt like I just got caught for murdering someone.
Yeah.
I remember in my head I was like, I'm going to jail.
Yep.
This is the worst. And I remember
That's the worst feeling, bro.
I got on my hands and knees and was like, please don't call my mom, please.
Too late.
Don't call my mom. And I think, if I remember right, she looked really confused. She was like going like this. And I think she was trying to hide that she was kind of giggling because it was like it was immediate. Like I would like drop down and I was like, please.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The fact that, first of all, if I was your mom, I would have been so pissed at you.
Oh, she
From
was rightfully
The
so.
fact that you were so dumb enough to do
and
if
think
you're
it was
gonna
a good
cheat,
idea.
yeah, bro, you're gonna like
Same
cheat or do
thing.
that. You gotta
I was
be
I was
smart
not the
about it,
smartest-
bro.
I was not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
But no, like, yeah, I would have laughed at you if I was a teacher, bro, because there's no way you thought that would work. Even
She-
if you were like 5, I don't
She
care.
was like, I for some reason,
How
my
old
brain
are
was
you?
like, I don't even like, like 7 maybe, old enough to be like,
Yeah.
this is a good idea. But like like I said,
Kinda, I mean,
was,
7 so
I
young.
was kind of not dumb, books dumb. I was dumb like common sense.
Yeah,
dumb.
yeah.
Like I was just like, that'll work. And that later that
Caveman
day,
logic.
huh?
It's that caveman logic.
Caveman type brain.
Typical men logic.
But like I remember I had to get the detention. And I remember while I was in there like crying like please. Some student walked in to like get something.
Yeah.
And like they kind of just did like and like walked out. And I remember I was like what is? And then she gave me another slip, and I was like, intrusive thought. I remember I was like, never do it again. And I was like, no. And later that day, when I got into the detention, like it was just an art room, and like one of the art like teachers stays behind to do emails and stuff. And she was like, what are you in here for? And I was like,
too ashamed to say
and
it.
she was like, what? And I was like, I remember my mom walked in, and I was also a smart ass. So detention's usually like it would be after school. You were just sitting there till 4 o'clock, and it was like 4:30. And I remember I was like, I had asked the lady like, hey, is it okay if I go since it's like 4:30? And she's like, no, you have to wait until your parent come get you. And I was like, oh, okay. And I remember my dumb, if I could go back in time and slap myself, like go like a little smack on the head, it would be that day.
Okay.
And just be like, stop. Because I walked out, I was like, my mom already mad. I was like, yeah, I was going to tell her that it lasts till 4, but she didn't listen to me. And she's like, Aaron, now is the worst time to be telling me that.
Yeah.
You heard that, right? Oh, whatever. I felt like a door opened. Right. Anyway. I'm a schizo. No, but I remember I got home and it was like, I got scolded. I got lectured. And I remember I was sitting in my room. And then I, like, sneaky me was like, had the DS under my pillow, like, playing like Pokemon White and like just kind of like grinding on it. And then she walked in. I was like,
that kind of how you like try to defend yourself like as soon as she said that. That reminds me of this one time. It was like at old back in the day. I was like 8 or 10. I got some ice cream from the freezer that wasn't mine. It was my mom's ice cream. She loves her ice cream. We all love her ice cream.
Yeah.
I ate it, thinking she wouldn't notice because what my trick was, I try to like scoop some from like the top layer.
Yeah.
But like I'd scoop it to flat it out to the point where it's still consistent, so it looks like it did before, but maybe like an inch lower.
Yeah.
She fucking noticed somehow, and she called me in the kitchen, like, she's like, DeMonte, you eat this ice cream. I'm like,
no.
I'm like, no. What are you talking about? Then she's like, 1, it's 2 inches lower, and 2, you left the spoon out 2 minutes after you did it. My instant reaction was, I'm kidding. I swear to God, that's what I did. I was like 10-year-old me. I'm like, I'm kidding. He just stares at me and just like.
It's definitely like.
Yeah, she's get the fuck back in your room, bro. I might have gotten some physical.
So get the pop the belt out.
Yeah.
It happens.
Like that. I look back and like, why did I do that, bro? Like, why was that my reaction? Why didn't I just? I dead ass. That was involuntary too when I did it. Like, it was completely involuntary.
Yeah, that was pure
I didn't want to straight up admit it because she caught me so good. I was like, she
what
has all the evidence and everything.
What
like,
if she like saw it? She was like. Really messing up. Because I feel like
that's what I would do as a parent. That's what I would do.
I feel like parents do that. Like they'll see some obvious, like it's not that big deal. They're like, I want to have fun with it.
They definitely do that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Part of the fun of being a parent.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to do that.
Real quick, I got a question for both of you. I'll talk to you, DeMonte, about this.
Okay.
A tier list. Or not tier list, maybe we'll go with overrated and underrated.
Okay.
Because how long have we been? It's been like over an hour, but I don't want to drag it up too
Hour
long.
30.
But
You good, bro? Come on.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick with overrated and underrated. We'll get into tier lists next time.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a more loaded topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask y'all overrated and underrated.
Okay.
Simple. You can explain why, and it can be any broad. If y'all want to ask it too,
Okay.
be my guest. Go ahead.
Okay.
Halloween, overrated or underrated?
It's definitely not underrated because Halloween's like top 2 talked about.
Oh yeah. Personally, I feel like it's underrated.
Me personally, I might say overrated.
Overrated.
Simply
okay.
because of like the reality of like stuff to do.
Yeah,
like you go out in costumes and like most of the houses, it depends on what kind of house you go to, but at the end of the day, it's like a 2-3 minute experience. Most of the time, some of them are like really huge. It's like a 2-3 minute experience. There aren't costume parties anymore. I don't care what anybody says. I don't go to parties or anything in general, but I see them all the time. I've never seen a Halloween costume party. I'll like actively look for one. They don't do it. That's not a thing anymore. In terms of like those, I think it's overrated.
Overrated. Okay.
I really think it's just normally rated. But if I had to pick one, I'd say overrated.
If I had to pick one, I would say underrated. Because I love Halloween, and with Christmas, really Christmas starts December 1st.
Yeah.
And honestly, right after Halloween, like people don't even think about Thanksgiving.
Christmas trees already in the living room.
Yeah,
No
and I
problem.
just wish Halloween got that same treatment because it's only like
That's
one
true.
night, but I wish it was like a week long event.
Yeah,
'cause
bro.
I love the
Yeah.
aesthetic and the culture and the.
The fall breeze, the
Yeah,
air, the vibes it gives off.
I
Yeah.
love the idea and the vibes of Halloween.
In terms of the
I just
vibes
wish
and the aesthetic, Halloween's like top
fall,
tier.
Fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that would be the next. That would be the next one I'll ask. It's like a certain kind of season.
Fall.
I mean, unless y'all have more to add.
Oh wait, no, actually, yeah, say that. Fall.
Unless-
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Fall.
Summer.
Summer.
Overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Overrated.
I
I don't like the
overrated.
heat.
I agree.
The heat.
100%.
The only thing
The
I
heat
enjoy about the
sucks.
summer is that it's like a break from
Yeah, it's
school.
a
Oh, yeah.
break from school, but the
so-
heat sucks.
It's
There
hot.
isn't really. I don't want to say there isn't stuff to do, but whenever you do like go to stuff, it's always like filled because everyone's.
Everyone's already
If it's summer
done,
for
yeah.
you, it's summer for everybody else.
Yeah.
So there's like not a lot of things to do. It's so hot. So if you have car problems during the summer, boy, you better pray
Oh yeah.
because it's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
And this past summer, at least musically, was kind of mid.
Yeah, they don't
kinda
drop
good.
bangers during summer anymore.
Yeah.
It's sad. They're
I
supposed
don't
to
like
be
that.
supposed to be summer anthems.
Yeah,
I
I
get
ain't
you.
really get nothing.
I'll ask a third and final.
Okay.
This is kind of an oddball one because
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have one of these. Vinyl records and vinyl record players, underrated or overrated?
I want to say underrated because I've never had one before, but recently my friend is like he got one like last week, and he's been absolutely like raving about it ever since. I guess it's like the aesthetic of it more so than like the
Like
actual
actual
novelty
owning it?
or novelty.
Yeah.
I guess it's more for novelty because I don't know how good the sound quality is on record players.
It's-
I would assume it's like
It's equivalent to that of a CD. Pretty
Really?
much. Like,
People say that records are the intended way of listening because apparently they have the
Yeah.
best.
the best,
Heard.
because isn't it like little like itty bitty scratches and not literally scratches, but like
yeah, like follows a
grooves.
pattern
Yeah.
or something, right? When
Yeah.
it plays something like that.
As a record player owner and vinyl, I have a little collection. I'm honestly gonna say that it's a little overrated because I'm seeing it become a huge trend nowadays.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah, actually owning and upkeeping a bunch of records kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's
They're
very
big,
expensive. You
They're
got
big and
They're big. They're easy to damage.
fragile as
Mm.
hell.
Yeah, they're very fragile. If you scratch it, then it
Yes,
messes
sucks.
up. And record players are not convenient, really.
No.
That's true. Yeah, I want to change. Yeah, that's true. That's the
It's a
main thing for me.
stationary
Is
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
it's how
Like-
convenient. It's like I said, it's for
No one's
novelty.
gonna be like at a function and be like, wait, gosh, and bust out this giant case. Okay, wait, I gotta get the record. Wait,
Let me get my turntable.
Pull up
Is
my
this-
record player out of my.
is this
Yeah.
record C
Big
or
bag.
B?
And I like it as a novelty,
Yeah.
and I enjoy listening to music that way. But it's not convenient. It's not,
It's
more-
it's not the ideal way to listen to music, no matter what they say.
No,
Because
Yeah.
why do
you
that
can
when
listen
I
to
could
any
literally
song,
look it
yeah.
up on YouTube?
Yeah, let me use this one CD to play like this one album,
yeah.
and I can't really skip to exactly where I want to skip to because it's
But
a
it's-
literal CD.
It's
Yeah.
better
I gotta
than
eye it.
like picking it up and
Yeah,
putting it down.
or let me look at my phone
And I'm not
look up
saying
any
that.
song.
I'm not saying that to be a hater or
No.
anything,
Yeah.
or be like, oh, the old generation is stupid and it's outdated. Like, I like records,
It's great for
but
novelty.
it's,
Personally, with me, like I agree with both y'all's points. It is impractical. You can't really take it around. It is a very stationary piece. But personally, I feel I enjoy the idea that I own a piece of I would say art, but like both music and art, and that I have this physical piece here.
Yeah.
And it's something, and this could just be because it itches my brain
Mhm.
the right way. Something about like hearing the like when it first plays really just makes the
Oh, yeah.
experience 10 times better. I
That's
don't know
true.
why. And plus,
true.
like, just to like, it seems more better. Wow, good English, me. But it seems like there's something much more enticing about. Oh, what are you playing it on? Oh, like my phone. Or like, oh, what are you playing on my record player? Because like, I don't like. I personally I'll turn in the mornings. I'll put on I have a Childish Gambino record.
Mm-hmm.
I have Awaken My Love. I'll pop one of those on, and turn it on, and something about it feels so much better than listening to it on a phone. I don't.
That album on the record player would hit.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
I'll just turn it up a little bit towards ambient sound, and just something about the taking it up, putting it back in the sleeve is so much more satisfying than clearing it on the Apple. That's
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
But you somewhat agree with us where it's the novelty still
if
better. It's the fact that you have it and the fact that it's there. It's this physical media you got.
If you're going off the vibes and the aesthetic, I do think it's unparalleled, unrivaled, the aesthetic of it all. But pure convenience, I carry around all that on my phone.
Yeah, I carry around this briefcase with a turntable on it and this backpack of 2 tons worth of vinyls.
I do see the point about owning that art because I do own it.
Because it's cool. It's more not convenient. It's better than for Awaken My Love. It's cool. Both cooler and also it's just you really do like this music.
Yeah.
Where you have
it's a deeper connection.
Yeah.
If
It's
you own it on vinyl.
oh, I have the vinyl. I have the art that comes with it, rather than he's in my playlist.
Yeah.
I feel that shows you're more you're dedicated to listening to that music and artist.
I agree.
Or people are just you just having big CDs that you can put on the wall. You just big floppy.
Also, it's just they didn't cost so much though, bro.
That's
for the good
thing.
ones, they don't cost that much in general. If they were all priced how much regular ones are,
because it would be cheap.
Yeah, because your lesser known ones are going to be priced $17 or something, which I think that's a fairish price since it's a novelty thing. It's very niche, But that one's that one's $30 just for that one. My friend had a haul of 5 different ones, and it was $140 something.
Yeah.
140, 160 something.
They're not cheap.
It's a lot to manage, bro.
It's also just because people I feel people buy them without even. And I'm not saying it's it's a bad thing,
Mm-hmm.
but people will buy them and not even own a record player.
Yeah.
They'll just buy it because it's you heard that right?
Yeah.
Someone popping flames outside.
All right, pop off more
Anyway, but they'll want to be oh yeah, I have this on my wall. Look at this thing I have on my wall.
Yeah.
That's what shoes. Anyway,
Are you calling me out?
what?
Oh,
No,
I'm fine.
because I know you listen to both of them.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I say that, that kind of sounds like.
What?
Oh, you.
No, but you're literally right. Before I would
yeah,
just
yeah.
get it before to even do it.
For a second, I thought that sounded like.
Oh, you wearing a Star Wars shirt? Have you even seen the 4 movies? You wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt? Name all the turtles. Who's king? Who's the Shredder? Huh?
Who is the Shredder?
Who is the Shredder?
Stuff I feel that takes something, but that's not the vibe I'm trying to give off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel
it's too late.
but it's I feel not necessarily to own one, but
No, but people, because I've seen people just go out and they would just get a Fleetwood Mac one just because they see it they know what it is. Yeah.
They recognize it.
Yeah. And they'll just buy it and then never touch it again.
This is the thing that people listen to. Let me buy it so that way people like me more. That kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But no hate to anyone that does it at all.
No, yeah. That's a 100% right. That's a good observation because that Kendrick one, I had that for a while before, and it was just literally just there for scenery. I didn't think anything of it, but as record players have gone up, and I've put more research into it, seeing things you can do. I started a collection. I started getting more since then.
Yeah.
But yeah, most people do just be in them.
Just be oh, that's the thing that I need to have.
I need it.
Who is it? I don't know. I just like the album. Like the album cover.
Yeah.
It just looks neat.
It just looks neato.
Anything else on your mind before we head out of here, Brayden? Anything at all?
No. I'm just not happy with the way that the world is going. But not much we can do about it.
But sit and watch.
Someone's got to do something about
Someone's got to do something about this.
You've got to intervene. I think it has to be you.
I think it's time that I intervene.
I think it's time that you put your
save the
I
world.
think it's about time that I do something about it.
Go and save the world.
Go and save
Go. Go. What are you waiting for? Go.
All right.
Alright.
Brain caps people, saving the world, one day at a time.
Wish me luck.
Wish you luck.
That's
It's a little bit of a tight squeeze. Alright, well. He's on a mission to save the world.
Well, guys, he's off.
He's off.
Make sure to give us a like. Make sure to Give us a thumbs up on everything else. Thank you for tuning in if you're still here somehow.
Go check out the Google form that Monte made. Get more ideas going. Get more
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have any questions at all, there's a Google form linked below. You can ask us anything you want. You can talk about anything. While Brayden's out here saving the world from the evils of it, we're going to be here. And we'll be back next week.
We'll be back next week with a new episode, with a new host. Or new host, no, with a new guest.
I'm getting replaced, guys. It'll be Aaron and somebody else next week.
It's
I don't own the
Brayden.
podcast at all.
That's what he's
actually.
going to start off with. Brayden's coming back with the license.
Aren't you supposed to be saving the world?
Hey, yeah, what do you, no. Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
See you later.